What are you up to?
Do you have a phone, a safe line I could use?
Oh yes, you heard the one ringing in the back.
Yeah. Mhm. Perfect.
It's a clean
That's full
line.
circle in comedy. That's what we call a callback.
Yeah. Hello, welcome friends. I am your keeper of arcane lore, Grinning Moon, and with me today is again our amazing cast of individuals. I am of course fucking up a little bit here because he's a little boy in the corner of my Discord, but there he is now.
Oh no, it's little old me.
Anyway,
Tiny ficus.
Yeah.
a tiny ficus. He's just a baby bud. Anyway, we are here today with our fifth chapter of Occult Origins, Mr. Knott. Last time we saw the group recollect themselves as new threats emerged from the shadows, as it were, and they reunited in a speakeasy, got a few drinks, and some gunshots rang out upstairs. So just kind of, we are a small cast. Everyone here, you see here is pretty much everyone who's a part of the group here, and running this kind of show, as it were, kind of behind the scenes, adding contributions and stuff. And I don't think I'm overstating it by saying that we're kind of proud of what we're doing here. If you'd like to support us in just any little way, there's a couple different ways. Just being here watching goes a long way. Sharing the YouTubes, watching the YouTubes when they come on, that goes a long way. If you have a friend that's kind of into some weird stuff and likes a good story, maybe share it with them. We also have like a tweet that we put on every time we go on live. Retweeting that kind of helps out a lot. And now below there's a little channel point redeem that you can redeem to add little benefits or, well, lend aid or chaos, as it were, to a character of your choice. But without further ado, let's go around to everybody. Tell us who you are, what you're up to, and give us a little spiel on your character. We'll start with Megalux.
I'm Megalox. I play the character in Daewoo, also known as Morgan, or vice versa, depending on where you're from. We are struggling smuggler. Smuggler. We had loftier ambitions, but we have struggled to reach those ambitions through no fault of our own. It is always everybody else's fault. Always, normally the women. But we're trying to make our way through and make it happen, and we're in a situation right now where it could go one of two ways.
Nice. Squingle.
Hello, my name is Squiggleberg. I am a variety streamer, dungeon master, and just a cool guy extraordinaire. I stream live on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm playing William Graves, aka Billy Graves. Sorry, 1 second.
You're good. I got a helicopter going over anyway.
That's the helicopter.
Sorry, everyone. We are yes, I'm playing Billy Graves, an old hunter and cool guy. Sorry, give me 1 second. Go ahead and move on to somebody else.
That's fine. That's fine.
Real quick.
Go over to Melly real quick.
Yeah, so I am Melody Marsen. I am also a variety streamer here on Twitch. And I am playing as Livy Domingue. And I absolutely love this group. Livy will not admit to that. She's still, growing warm to a lot of these characters. A lot of skepticism, particularly for Morgan. She has
Shady
an
fellow.
affinity for for Rory and Billy. Georgia, she's still on the fence about. At this
Fair.
point, at this point, we're in this. Pardon. At this point, we're in the speakeasy. Of course, things go wrong because we're with Indewol. So we'll see where this goes. Livy's just excited to find out more and more and more about this mystical world that seems to be calling out to her at every corner.
And over to Fickle.
Hey, yeah, I'm the Fickle Ficus, or Brian, whatever you want to call me. I'm a content creator and, actor, voice actor. I do some stuff, but mostly I'm Rory Shack, who is a New York gangster with a heart of gold, just trying to make a go of it. But I've already seen some fucked up shit, and that's what it comes down to. I'm just trying to survive out here,
Beautiful. And over to Garbot.
Hi, I'm Garbat, fledgling streamer, small-time GM. I'm playing Georgia Schultz, who has kind of gotten this ragtag team together, so to speak. And some questionable people in here for sure, and maybe not worth their salt, but they're all right. They're growing on her. But we'll see how we can deal with whatever the hell's going on upstairs.
And finally over to Squiggle. We'll take a second crack at this. Introduce your character and
Yeah, that was weird.
You might be muted, Moon. We can't hear you.
No, come back.
and
Come
There it
back.
is.
there we go.
I
We're
hear it.
back. We're back. I did a thing by accident. So yes, and we'll go back over to Squiggle and take a second pass.
Yes. Okay. William Graves. He's an old hunter from upstate New York. He is involved in this whole kind of conspiracy because he's lost his family ring, and he's kind of tracked it down through to this chapel of contemplation, and now is happy to be on a trail again. He's made a lot of progress with this ragtag team, and he's excited to kind of see where this whole thing kind of leads to, and bring down whatever conspiracy is behind all this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, with all that said and done, let's take a second to go ahead and set the stage here. It is the night. Well, let's bring up the music, of course. That's always important. It is night on the 30th of August, 1920. Harlem's North End is on a side street is aglow with incandescent light. Outside of the dancing mill bustles with patrons and life. And just then, 3 black sedans roll up. As they roll to a stop, the doors clunk open and swing, releasing roughly a dozen men in hats and trench coats who step out onto the pavement. The bouncer takes notice and taps the warning buzzer 3 times before reaching for his gun as they move in simultaneously. Before he can even draw, there are several barrels leveled on him. As he freezes, they approach, flashing badges and barking demands. The bouncer bars them from entering, struggling against them for a few moments before taking a fray of blows to the head and crumpling. They step past him, pulling open the doors as they enter the club. The group thunders down the stairs, knocking unaware patrons aside as others head upstairs and gaining a vantage point. One man in a bowler hat steps forward, raising a gun above the scattering crowd. "This is your one warning! Everybody out!" The crowd bursts into a roar of panic. as we pan the camera downstairs, you hear this upstairs, the stampeding screams above. You look at the stairs and you see the doorman hunker down into the basement and close the hatch quietly and latch the lock. The barkeep pulls the lever on the wine rack and begins ushering the small crowd into the tunnel. What do you do?
I think
What is this? What's
in
happening?
Daewoo, I thought you said there was nothing to worry about. Where the hell do we go?
Don't worry. Stay calm. We're professionals. Make your way down the tunnel and take the door on the right. I'll be right behind you. And I'll make for the door. For those of you who were here last time, but for those of you who don't know, I do have a stash upstairs the other way, and my prime focus right now is to reach that stash, grab it, and then join everybody else making for the nearest exit.
There is
Hopefully in the confusion, I'm trying to dodge being noticed.
one little caveat to that. He is right there. Yeah, he's a stash. It's actually down here in the speakeasy, luckily. At the bottom of the stairs.
There,
So
even better. I'm
Yes.
grabbing the stash. So what? I don't have to leave everybody to get it, right? Like I can grab the stash and we can all flee together. down
you
the
set
hall.
yourself up to win here, and thinking ahead, knowing that you were set up in the corner. You set up the stash in behind the bar down here so that you can grab it on the way out.
That's exactly. Let's go. We need to move. Don't tarry, or you may get caught out.
As all of you kind of spring into action, anybody diverting from this kind of momentum towards the tunnel?
No, I mean, the tunnel's like, you were saying that there's a bookcase or something there that slides.
Yes, there's a wine rack that's opens
Wine
up
rack. Yeah, sorry, thank you.
as the barkeep kind of opens it up and is ushering out the crowd down here in the speakeasy into a tunnel that seems to lead into the sewers.
I'll be the last one through
Okay.
the wine rack, and I'll close it behind us.
So I'll like finish, I'm like chug my beer real quick, and then on my way out, as we like run by the bar, I grab another bottle and drink it real quick, and then like I'm gonna need some more for this. Let's go.
Okay.
We're going underground, you say?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. In fact, yeah. So I pound the thing, and I'm like, wait. Is there a Morgan? Is there another way? Maybe we should. Maybe I don't think I should go down there. Maybe we could just like go up back the way we came, right? It's not that bad, huh?
Don't worry, friend. Just follow me. Everything will be fine.
As you say that, as you kind of say that, the last bit of the crowd, panicked patrons kind of dissipate above, and you hear a couple shouts from above. All of a sudden, a deluge of gunfire and ricochets explodes upstairs.
I grab Billy by the scruff of his neck and just throw him through the door.
As you grab him from the bar, grabbing the last beer bottle as it sloshes kind of out, and everybody else kind of files their way out. You hear the last gunshot of the gunfight kind of dissipate. And just then, the hatch blows up into a explosion of splinters and shrapnel as you see light burst open from the porthole. You see the as you exit, you look back to see the doorman jumping them, gun blazing, on the way out.
Wait,
As
like
you-
the doorman's shooting them from behind?
He was on the stairs and he had the doorman had come down and closed the hatch. So as they
Okay.
blew it open and opened it up, he opened fire and rushed them.
I see. Okay. Fucking insane.
We've got to leave him. We've got to go, you guys. And in that moment, like I'll reach for my purse to make sure it's got my little new side piece with me.
Oh yes, it's still heavy with the iron that you took off the guy earlier.
We're too noticeable together. We should break up and meet somewhere later.
We just got together. What the hell?
Let's just get through the fucking tunnel door first. Come on, come on, come on.
As you step into the tunnels, the stale smell of rotting eggs and ammonia assaults your senses. Brackish water flows in a gutter beside a dark, glistening walkway, with black spores creeping up the wall next to you. After a small bit of a straightaway, you see the crowd splitting up as the barkeep ushers them down two sides of a junction. As you reach the intersection, you look both ways and see that there are service ladders up to the surface. Squingle. Billy Graves needs to roll me a sanity check. As everybody else is down here kind of ushering down, following the crowds down the stairs, behind you, you hear the pursuer's voice echo down the tunnel. You can go ahead and... there are a mutter of echoes and shouts, but if you give a listen check, you might be able to decipher them. Cool.
I rolled a 20 on my hard check, or on my sanity roll.
Damn, that's a hard. So you're going to take 0, okay. But your heart, you're on edge.
Yeah, I'm like Billy's kind of got his eyes closed and is just kind of like letting you drag him right now, Rory. And I'm just, you hear him muttering like, I just don't do well in spaces. I don't know if I can breathe.
I grab the flask that I keep on the inside of my suit jacket, and I'm just gonna hand it to him as I continue to drag him.
Okay. Rory and Georgia, you hear in the back. I think they took off into the tunnels. Backtrack and cut them off. As you continue forward and begin to split, do you split up like Mega suggested, or do you stick together?
I mean, I say there's more than just us in the tunnel, right?
Oh yeah, there's like about 20, 30 people in here.
Yeah. I'm not trying to direct traffic, but like let's get 10 people this way, 10 people this way, 10 people this way. You know what I mean? Let's us stick together, but we need to not make sure that we're not drawing too much attention in any one direction.
The barkeep seems to be splitting off groups in each direction, doing his best, and he's doing a fairly decent job, almost like he's like rehearsed this a little bit, drilled this, I should say. But as you kind of progress forward and head towards the service ladders, you find yourself climbing up them as you hear the sound of rushing feet kind of echoing down the concrete tunnel behind you. As you make your way up and into the light, you find yourself in a that was a little harsh. You find yourself into in a kind of back alley. Kind of getting your bearings, you realize you're about a block and a half, maybe, away from the dancing mill. The crowd begins to disperse around you, some fleeing on foot or to their vehicles and speeding off. As you kind of step out of the alley onto the sidewalk and look back at the mill, you see a number of men burst from the club and scan the scattering crowd behind you.
Look, everybody just act fucking casual, okay? They got nothing on us. But Billy, I'm gonna need that flask back there. You don't want to find that. You don't want them to find that on you, you know?
Give the man a hint for something. He smells of alcohol thanks to downing that beer.
So suit yourself, Morgan. You're the one, your picture is up on every wall. Did you tell the group that yet?
People can't tell one black man from another. Don't worry, they won't be able to pick me out from a crowd.
There's something that I should know.
Listen, there's something you all need to know. I had a run-in on the bus not that long ago, and they were looking for a friend in Daewoo. And I don't understand why, but they know something.
I don't think this is the right time or place to have this conversation. You should find out where we need to meet and move on to another location.
Can I see my car from where we are?
As you kind of scan and the streets rattle with fleeing drivers and the sidewalks surge with scattering civilians, you can make out your that your car's going to just be right around the corner from here. Probably about half a block down.
Rory, can you drive?
Sure.
Don't
got a car?
normally allow this, but I'm gonna need you to drive.
Yeah, I got you.
Come on.
No, and I agree with Morgan. Now's not the right time, but we gotta have words, bud. You understand me? Because that wasn't fucking normal. All right? I know the cops this side of town. All right? So either you knew that this was gonna go down tonight, or some fucked up shit's going on, okay?
Hey, we need to go now.
Yep. I'm following Georgia.
That's
Are we
the-
able to get over there without an issue?
As you kind of head down and you kind of begin to go to head around the corner, you look back and see the kind of sidewalk surging with the scattering civilians, and the group of men kind of split up. Some heading to the cars on the street, and others disappearing and dispersing into the crowd. As you kind of round the corner, and you'll reach George's car. And as you kind of open the door, pull out the hand crank to start it, you have a moment to kind of load into the vehicle, kind of checking your corners, looking around.
Georgia will first fidget with the seat a little bit as he's getting it cranked up, and before she goes ahead and gets sets herself up in the middle seat.
Okay. As you all kind of clamber into the vehicle, you notice that the last few civilians kind of disperse from the street. And as the car is cranked up, and Rory goes to hop in, a series of gunshots rings out, ricocheting off the brick and car and the vehicle next to you. He's here! They're here! They're here!
We need to go.
I'm fucking peeling out.
As you get into the car and the engine rattles up, you take off away from the club and around the corner, scanning ahead. You see a intersection congested with traffic from the club. As you kind of roll down the street and approach the intersection, you look back in your rearview mirror and you see two black sedans round the corner with speed. Rory, can you give me a drive audio? Not drive audio, drive auto. I'm driving the audio. Extreme?
I was like,
okay.
You want me to make auto noises?
Yes.
I'm fucking sick at this shit.
As you streak past the congestion, narrowly avoiding clipping off just a mirror of somebody else's, moving past, you enter the intersection. Headlights encroach upon you from both sides as the sound of a truck horn's bellows. Your tires screech as you correct and step on it, weaving through the traffic almost effortlessly. Behind, two black sedans weave in behind pursuit. You hear the crunch of metal as a crash happens, but both cars emerge as following you as men emerge from the windows behind. Up on your right, a darkened alley provides an opportunity. As the men flicker in the light, you notice that they begin opening up on you. Muzzle flash, lighting them up from their barrels.
How
I
far
need-
behind us are they?
They're About 2.5 car lengths.
Okay. How fast are we going?
About 45, 50 miles an hour.
And okay. Are their cars like clearly better than ours? Are they gonna catch us?
Yeah. They're running. You're running in a Model A. You know.
For
They
sure.
are running in Rolls Royces.
Okay. Are they directly behind me, or are they like either side of us right now?
They're kind of doing the whole, kind of catching
One
up on
each
you.
window sort of thing.
Yeah, a little bit. And there's
Okay.
at least 2 men out of each window shooting. At this point, there's a whole group of you in the car, and then there is 3 people on windows. You find that Billy, Morgan, and Livy all have a window.
Oh, I'm shooting. Immediately. Yes.
We're shooting cops.
They're not. Those aren't fucking cops, my guy.
Who are they?
I don't fucking know. I have a question for Morgan about that when we get through all this. But for now, hold the fuck to your seats, and I'm gonna stamp on the brake.
Okay. As you stamp on the brake, they too slow down right behind you and catch up.
The
Oh.
goal, I was trying to like hard hit the brake so that they like fly past. And
Yeah.
then I like.
But they weren't
continue
right
to-
on your tail, so
Okay.
they have enough time to react. But that
They
being
were,
said,
like, right there.
yeah.
Do
So-
I
I don't know that I would stop that hard then. I think I'd try to like move, like get them close up to us, and then like hit the hard brake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Are you-
once they're like, they think they're like right on either side of us.
Okay, gotcha. With
Like,
the
if I slow down a little bit, they'll probably catch us here because I mean I don't know.
right.
Because I'm not gonna be able to. It's just a matter of time, right? Because they're catching us. There's no way to like outrun them.
Oh, I did mention that there was an alleyway to your right that provided
okay,
an opportunity.
But like an alley, we're not gonna be able to like hide in there, right? Or are we?
You'll be able to
Okay, well,
streak down it.
Swerve in and make them single file,
Yeah, they
right?
can't get
Yeah.
on either side of us. They have to straight follow us.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll try to swerve into the alley. Well, I'll say hold on to your fucking seats and try to swerve into the alley.
Okay, cool. Give me a drive check, and anybody who's shooting, give me a shoot check.
Do I have my
Whatever.
shotgun in there?
Oh yeah,
Is that
Hell
firearms?
yeah.
that's
or-
George's. That would be firearm, yes.
Okay,
This is
sick.
my car.
Sorry, I have it as shoot here because firearm didn't really roll off the tongue.
As we're coming around that corner to hit the alley, Georgia's gonna open up her bag, pull out a compact, and open up.
Anybody have a hand of fate?
Oh, how, wait.
Wait, I can buy one real quick.
Rory.
Two for me.
No.
I mean, I extremed
Alright,
on my
that's
first
one of
and
each,
then
right?
failed on my second one.
And Moon, how far away should I do? 20 yards or 10 yards?
10 yards.
I'm just gonna say.
It's in the channel
that-
point redeem. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say that Livy is remembering her run-in on the bus, and she is just getting more and more visibly angry, and like she can't wait to have an opportunity for like some kind of altercation. I don't care if I miss. I'm gonna shoot at these assholes.
Fair enough.
Georgia, you heard me about the mirror.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Mike. Moon.
Go. Yes,
Okay. You did hear me. All right, cool. Yeah.
I did not. I was
Oh.
listening. I'm sorry.
It's okay. As
I
they're
was
coming
looking.
around the corner into the alley, Georgia's opening up her little bag and pulls out the compact, opens the mirror, and just kind of like almost starts to look.
Kind of zones into it.
So, yeah.
Okay. As she kind of sways with this. Fickle, what are we doing with that drive auto? Do you wanna?
It's a hard success. What do you mean?
He re-rolled it.
Oh, you re-rolled it. Gotcha. I didn't see it.
No, you're good. You're
I
good.
saw it now,
Yeah.
but I didn't see it when I was looking. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was a fucking fumble. It would have been
Yeah.
a real
I was like,
bummer.
whoa. Yeah. Let me take off the.
Please don't wreck my car.
It's probably gonna get a little fucked up there, Georgia. I'm sorry about that, but
That's a foregone conclusion.
yeah.
Let's worry less about the car and more about our well-being.
What the
I
fumble?
want to say Rory's like pretty casual right now. Like he's like, you know, he's telling you guys what, like, you know, he's like, fucking do what you gotta do. But I'm just sort of like eyes on the road, you know.
George is not stressing like at all.
One of the barrages whacks against the back windshield, and the windshield spider web. No bullet holes are created, but it does obscure your vision.
Alright,
Billy shotguns, and he damage 16, 18. Fuck. All right.
That's a lot.
As you as you shoot back, one of the man with the Tommy gun gets blasted and kind of hangs loose in the car door for a moment before falling out of the. And as you round the corner,
And they will, and I'm like, this is why this big hairy white guy carries a shotgun.
Go Billy and Eunice, hell yeah!
as you make the turn into the alley, the rattle of the engines reverberates, creating a roar pocked by the sounds of gunshots behind you. Behind, only one car follows now. The other now is a steaming wreck at the end of the alley with a buckshot in it. You see ahead a chain link fence with a small sign that you can't read quite yet. As the fire escapes and dumpsters whip by you. As the sign grows quickly larger, you can just read City Reservoir, do not enter, before barreling through it and the fence squeal and scraping metal. Go ahead and anybody who's shooting, give me a dodge, please.
At this point, while this is going on, I want to lean forward and I'll just whisper in Rory. I'll say to Rory, Rory, my friend, are you able to lose them or would you like a hand?
Am I able to what?
Are you able to lose them or do you need a hand?
If you got a hand to give, Morgan, now would be the time.
So
You're
I
in the
want
front
to.
seat.
I want to
Just like-
remove my blazer. I'm in the front seat.
Yeah.
So I want
She's
to
in
remove
between
my
the two of you.
blazer that I'm wearing, and you know my top coat, and then I want to reach in my what do we call it? A bug out bag.
Yeah.
And take out. Remember the bottle of alcohol that
Yeah.
like I took with me, and I pour the alcohol all over the blazer, you know? And then I lean out the window and throw the blazer on at the windshield of the car behind us.
Give me a throw check.
And lean over. Yeah.
Are you doing that in the alley? Or are you doing it after we bust out of the fence?
So, one of the cars, are we still in the alley? Because one of the cars that was shot
well,
at, right?
okay, yeah.
It crashed.
Sorry, I'm
So
trying to
maybe
put this
picture.
into the chase. Make sure I sync with this probably. I'm gonna, after the fence busts, Melly and Squingle will both, sorry, Melly. Livy and Billy will both get bruised and a little cut up. Nothing too major, as they get kind of pinged by the chain link fence as they go through it. As they get kind of swerve out and regain their traction, they begin to race down the edge of a reservoir. Go ahead and that throw. Nice. Fuck yeah. Let's go. As they
And
race.
I want to like look at Garbo at this point and be like, Garbo, I mean, sorry. Georgia, I believe you have a lifetime. It's Georgia who smokes, isn't it? Don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
She seems in a trance as you kind of like address her.
Ah, woman who should already be dead. Can someone reach into her purse? I believe she has a lifetime. That would be good for what comes next.
You all know to never go into a woman's purse. Georgia, move! And Livy will go through the purse looking for the lighter
zipper.
while she seems to be lost.
As Melly kind of leans over and sees the thing, you notice that the fog that she's looking at is black. The mirror she's looking at is black, and it has a little bit of fogginess on it. But you pull out the Zippo and hand it over to Morgan. As Morgan lights the lighter, Rory continues streaking down the edge of the reservoir towards the main entrance, water spraying off your tires. As that happens, there's a little bit of a rumble of thunder above, as all of a sudden a downpour of rain comes.
Where?
The black sedan from behind careens from the alley behind you and continues its pursuit. The men on its sides popping back out and taking pot shots at your car. You gun for the main road, turning onto the outskirts, turning onto it as the outskirts of the city flit by. Morgan kind of leans out the window as the car just gets a little bit in range and throws the flaming shirt, correct? As it as it kind of goes back and sticks a little bit to the windshield for a moment, you see the car swerve and attempt to correct itself while I mess up that. There we go. It corrects as the shirt flits off the windshield into the unknown, and continues on its side, but seems to have lost a car length in that process. As you gun for the main road, as you gun down, a lot here. Rory gets up to speed on the straightaway and scans his mirrors in the horizon. Behind, the black sedan continues its pursuit, gaining up on the group. Ahead, Rory sees a white engine of steam billowing against the darkened sky. He floors the gas pedal, shifting up and gunning it down the straight. As bullets ricochet off the chassis behind you and plant the back window spiderwebbing more with each impact. I need Rory to give me a drive auto, and anybody who is shooting to shoot or not shoot.
Rory, I don't think this back window is gonna last much longer.
Oh, thanks, Micah.
I know Rory has like 2 hands of aim too. Or he did.
I asked if it was a good and a bad, and no one disagreed with me.
Oh, fair.
But if it was 2 goods, I can put another good one on there.
That's all right.
I was being a little cheeky. All right. That being said, did we get everything? Firearms, drive roll, yeah. As you kind of lose your traction a little bit in the rain, you tear down the street. The gunshots from melee going wide, but the shotgun once again hitting true, taking out the passenger and one of the side gunmen for that. With that, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say during with this round of rolls, would Georgia have come to?
Yes, you're done. If you have nothing else to ask for. Okay. Cool. With those. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Lots of things going on. With that, as you tear down the street, a train crossing comes into view. The black blur of the sedan disappears from your rear view, creeping up your side. The lights begin to flash and the gates descend. Your vehicle shudders as the sedan grinds against you. Buildings fly by in a gray blur. The sedan suddenly swings away. A train horn blows. The sedan careens into you. Tires screech. There's a crunch of steel and squealing tires as your car whips around in circles. You feel the car rock onto 2 wheels for a moment as Rory pulls it back onto 4 wheels but you are facing the wrong way now and have lost all momentum. The car stutters and stalls. And all there is rain.
Somebody give me a gun.
Here, take mine. I haven't been good with it.
All right, I'm gonna take her handgun and I'm gonna kick my car door open and I'm just gonna start taking shots at the sedan.
What is everybody else doing?
Cover. I'm giving him cover.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing Rory hop out, she's just like, wait, what? No, wait, hey, and climbs out.
Okay. Morgan? Morgan hesitates.
Not so much hesitate. I'm looking for a piece of fabric to stuff into what's left of the alcohol bottle, right? I've been making a Molotov cocktail, right? I'm just trying to think where I'm grabbing the little bit of alcohol from, right? I'm not trying to shoot right now because I know from past experience guns let you down. But a Molotov cocktail, that's where my mind is right now.
Fair enough. He tears a bit of cloth from his shirt and stuffs it into the bottle, lighting it. And as you kind of step out, there is a round of gunshots and a shotgun blast blasted at you in your direction.
Can I throw him behind the open door?
Throw
Or
him
pull him,
behind
or
him.
Who?
Rory.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm trying to take cover behind the door and shoot out.
Gotcha.
Is,
And
are there
then
any buildings nearby? Anywhere that we can see to go take cover?
there are, but they're about like 5 to 10 yards that way, and then even further the other way. So you're in the middle of the
Got it.
street. As y'all do this, whoever's shooting, give me a firearms check, please. And then Morgan, please give me a throw check. And remember that fanning the hammer is a thing where you can shoot 3 rounds in one with certain weapons and with reduced
Melly's weapon that
accidents.
kind of weapon.
Yes, it is.
I want to do that.
Nat 20 for Morgan. Thank you, Anj. I'll go ahead and get that over to him.
So I can take 3 shots. Is there a penalty on them? Like, how does that work?
That is right. Thank you. A penalty shot on the second shot, and two penalty dice on the third shot. So I'll roll your penalty dice. Just roll 3 times.
Okay. So
To make it
roll
easy.
3 times.
Yeah.
I've already rolled once.
Nice. Holy shit.
Okay.
Was there a third one? Or did I just get...
The first one. The first
You got
one
buried?
was a failure.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. As
Nice.
so with all that in mind, you let's narrate this scene. How does this go down from Rory's and Billy's angle?
You know what? I step out of the car, and I'm not even trying to take cover. I'm walking towards the sedan, and I just have the fucking handgun out, and I'm fucking fanning the hammer. I'm just bop, 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 into
At this
the
point,
sedan.
I assume Georgia would reach out, trying to grab his shoulder to stop him, but he just... The first shot goes wide, the second shot plants right in the guy's neck, and the third shot goes into his, a little high. Billy rounds the corner. What happens?
Billy rounds the corner and just is gonna scream like, "Gonna get yourself shot, kid. Get in cover!" Just launch a hail of pellets.
Oh, that's my job.
Any person I can see.
I have things for this. I'm dropping the balls. Here.
It's okay.
There we go. And as as Morgan rounds the corner, wrap this up.
Really light my Molotov and just sling it at the car. Be like, I hate guns. So much shooting. It's so unreliable. And then I turn away, you know, like one of those cool explosion moments in the film, you know. And then for like half a second, like I'm gonna do the cool walk, and then I duck behind the car because I don't want to get blown.
It's a high ass lob.
It's a good lob. The Daewoo arm.
Yes.
They have a strong arm in Nigeria.
The hang time on it's like a solid like 8 seconds.
Yeah, watch it go.
Enough for me to do the slow turn. Like.
Yes,
Yeah.
in real
And then
time.
the quick duck.
As Rory rounds a corner, Billy rounds a corner, the first two men are blown away. The last guy comes to come out, and just the Molotov explodes on the top of the car. The shrieks of pain go off as he falls back and writhes off and begins to roll a bit. He seems to be alive, but he has definitely dropped all weapons. What do you do?
Kill me.
All of you.
The
Yeah,
guy who
fuck outta here,
is eye shot. He's fucking dead, right? And there's another guy who's alive, but
Oh, yeah.
sort of surrendered.
So, just to recount the carnage here.
Yeah.
Billy shot one while you were still in the car. He's dead in the passenger seat, shotgun. The guy in the driver's seat, Rory took out. Billy took out the guy behind the passenger seat guy, and then Morgan just lit up whoever was still moving. Basically, finished off the driver and incapacitated this last guy.
We gotta get
he's,
this
he's
last
unconscious.
He's writhing in pain. Yeah.
guy. We've got too many
Close in.
questions to let
We
this
need
go.
to take them out and search them.
I'm
We don't got a lot of time, I don't think. We just
no, I don't think we got a lot of time. One, our car is still in good enough shape to drive, right?
You look at it, and it's definitely a little bit of Swiss cheese on the back. The windshield is probably just a gunshot away from just being dust, and
Yeah.
but other than that, it's good to drive.
Look, I got somewhere we can go. I know this is gonna sound fucking crazy, but fucking get him in the back seat.
Let's do it.
Oh,
I'm
no.
all for it.
I don't think this is a good idea. We need to get the fuck out of here.
I agree, we gotta get the fuck out of here, but we need him in the back seat so we can fucking figure out what's going on.
Exactly. We have too many questions. He's right there. We won't get this chance again.
look. How bad is he? Can I do like can I assess how bad is he bleeding? Like, is this just
question.
a matter of time?
As you look over and you see him, he is burnt. He took some glass, but he got hit by some of the pellets from the shotgun, but he'll live.
Okay.
All right, I wanna try to punch him hard enough to knock him out, but not kill him.
Fair enough.
While that discussion is ongoing, can I start going through the pockets of the other two?
Absolutely. Open up the door.
George is gonna try to get her car started because she's not sticking around.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
whatever
What?
the
She
fuck is
wasn't
going on.
driving. Did you look at that? Dead
Can
women.
we-
They're going to have a talk.
There's
Can
a
we
reason
take this
he
other
drove.
car?
Morgan just threw a Molotov cocktail into it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
still.
Got it.
Oh wait, that's right. It's still on fire. You can't really search the dead bodies.
I thought that they come out of the car to shoot at us.
But you threw it at the car.
Not everybody. A lot of people were still jumping out when you rolled around.
It's raining. It's raining. One of them's got to be doused by now, right?
The one outside, yeah.
Yeah, the one who's alive.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
that guy.
We're putting
Get
him in the car.
yeah.
We're putting I'm already bringing him into the car as Garbot's getting
Yeah.
as George is getting it started.
He has a little
No,
bit
no,
of a
no,
lump
he's
now on the side of his jaw, and there's a little bit of blood coming from his mouth, but he might have lost a tooth, but he's fine.
You do not put him in this car.
Georgia, he's getting in this car.
The hell he is. You put him in Hermes, I swear to God I will leave all of you here.
Georgia, we don't have a choice. We have too many damn questions and we don't have time.
You would rather bring the enemy into my car that just fucking saved your lives
Don't.
just to answer questions. I
Yes,
think that's a
yes.
good idea.
Actually, I do. We could die at any moment because of assholes like this.
I'm throwing him in the trunk.
And if they found us there, and he's a part of whoever the fuck was looking for us, you don't think they're gonna come looking for him?
I think they'll look regardless where he's at. At least
You
we'll have a
see
leg up this
red
time.
and blue lights on the horizon.
Georgia, they're
You
already
need to
looking
go.
for
Fuck
us.
it. Put him in. Let's go.
All right, he's in the trunk.
As he,
Slide into the car so we can leave.
As the trunk clunks closed, and you all file back in, you head back down the street over the train tracks and away from the crime scene, as it were.
Ah, that whole moment cost me an entire bottle of booze.
Is that all you're worried about? Ugh.
Morgan, I think you should be more worried about your speakeasy, which is entirely fucked now.
The
Little more
speakeasy wasn't
concerned.
mine. I just worked there.
A little more concerned about what you're not telling us.
There's nothing to tell. I'm sure we all have people who have been approaching us.
I think now's the time to talk about it.
What?
I agree. Maybe you seem very forward with your information. What happened on the bus today?
I don't see why this is all connected to me. Didn't Livy have some person approach her on the bus?
Because of you, Indewol. Let me start. I was on the bus going home when
woman, we don't need to hear the entire
If you don't
story
stop
again.
interrupting her, I'm going to throw you out of this car personally.
and I
don't
will
know
get
about
out and kick you.
Maybe.
This sleazeball pretending to be an agent pressed me for information on our friend here as she peers into Indewol's soul looking for our friend here. They know him. They know us. They know we're all linked. I don't know how. I don't know how much they know, but there are just people all over watching us, and I don't know how, but they know.
Did you say that he was representing?
Yeah, they're like a BOI agent, but his name wasn't even the name that was on the badge, and he was talking really weird. It was just
Morgan, this is very important now. What happened the night at the house?
What night at the house? I was working at the speakeasy. Two men came and they tried
Talking
to
about
ambush
fucking
me.
Boston, dude. She's talking about Boston.
You left.
Corbett
what
House.
happened?
We are all there. I don't remember anything different. All I remember is these people showed up at my workplace looking for me. I told them to get lost, and now they're back again.
So you have no idea why these people are looking for you.
I don't know. They said they wanted a statue. I delivered them a statue. And
The
now I
hell
see them all the
with-
time.
something is not right. Something is not right.
We have a man here. Why don't you ask him? He probably knows more than me.
I think
That's
you
the
know
idea.
more than you're wanting to admit, Morgan. But fine,
How can you
we'll talk
ask
to
me
her.
that, Mrs. Dead Woman? First of all, you shouldn't be alive now. And then, when we are in the middle of a car chase, I'm looking at you and you're surrounded by black smoke and zoned out. You're not even paying attention. What kind of behavior is this? And you want to question me?
Can I is there a way in Cthulhu to roll like an insight check on Morgan?
Yes,
to see if
psychology.
he's telling us psychology. See if
Yes.
he's telling like the whole truth.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, can I too?
Yeah.
There's no trust in this group. There's no trust.
Oh, I wanna do
no
that for Georgia
psychology.
next.
Libby's just like, I see you.
Nope, I can't read people.
I see
Holy
you.
shit. I'm fucking sick at Call of Cthulhu. Every other role-playing game I'm terrible at.
I suck at all of them, so, you know, the dice tell the tale.
Fair enough. I didn't do well. Melly did fucking great though.
Can
Oh, damn it.
Um,
How many people
Oh,
rolled?
yeah.
There's too
Three of
much
us.
suspicion in this car.
Billy
Oh,
trusts
Georgia
you.
is next. Georgia is absolutely next. Can
Um,
we roll for Georgia too?
Oh, did Georgia
She's
not
not
roll? I thought
talking.
you did roll.
I did roll. She wants to
Oh,
roll
Libby
on
rolled. Libby
against
rolled.
me.
So, all right.
Oh.
I don't want to spill the full beans. So, but you do know that Morgan's obviously a little nervous, but he is attempting to mean well, I believe. He is attempting to It is something big that he does not fully understand, and he's not going to give answers that he doesn't have.
Exactly. You could be plumbing. I may be telling you as much as I know.
But did he know that there was going to be some trouble?
But he is omitting something.
I guess
he is
doesn't
omitting
know.
the
He
fuck out of something. It's just.
Yeah, he's omitting the fuck out of something. I don't know that, but Livy does.
Man,
Yeah.
these insight checks are really revealing.
Kind of an extreme.
Yeah, she did. She got an extreme success.
And she's a woman, so she got the woman intuition. I should just give her a bonus dice for that, but she just rolled one anyway.
Yeah,
The
there it
dice
is.
told the tell on that. I'm just saying.
Does Billy see through his lies? Do I keen vision right through his lies?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
Those
remember
eagle
Billy
eyes.
rolling.
Let me zoom
You do know
into-
that
let me-
when the
I cast
light
detect
catches
thoughts.
Morgan's eyes just right, it's a little bit of
Yeah.
honey. A little bit of honey.
For the record, I'm driving to the nearest like mob-owned warehouse that I can fucking think of.
Well, you got to go to the docks for that.
Yeah, I'm going to the docks then.
Sounds good.
Can I just lean over near Indewo and just say, whatever you're hiding, I know.
Well, if you know something, you know more than me. Stop pressuring me, woman. Every time you meet up with me, people come out of nowhere and try to kill me. And yet you seem to think it's my fault. I'm not so sure about you.
I don't
hey, now.
think.
Listen,
I know.
listen. We just all got shot at. Enough of the attacking each other. We just barely survived something fucking crazy. Now, did anyone get hit? Is anybody hurt?
I'm okay. I say we find a safe place and start to question this man. Perhaps he knows something.
Billy,
Yeah,
look
right.
at yourself. Are you okay? I mean, we got pretty dinged up back there.
Just from a meta point, you took 1 point of damage each from the fence. As you
Oh,
check your
really?
wounds, yeah. I already kind of calculated it. I just said you kind of get
Oh.
bruised and scraped. I just to make it
Got
more
it.
narrative. But that being said,
Thank
as you
you,
check your
never mind.
wounds now, as you check for wounds,
So do we all decrease our maximum hit points by 1?
no, not max. Billy and Livy were leaning out of the car when they come out of the alleyway. You were in the car, Georgia was in the car, Rory was in the car. You're all safe. It was the people shooting that were in danger of that. They rolled a dodge roll to
we're
avoid
hanging
that.
out.
They took the fence to the face, basically, to the back of the head.
That's why I don't use guns.
I don't know. I think they were pretty damn effective. I don't know what guns you're using.
As Morgan says this kind of smugly, he kind of feel a little tired.
I just need to rest for a moment. Rory, how long until we get to the warehouse?
It's a little hard to
Or
breathe.
till we get
Almost.
to where we're going? I don't know at this point.
You almost kind of you feel a little hot.
I'm not feeling right. We should make haste. I'm going to close my eyes for a minute.
Are you alright?
But you
get
kinda-
get tagged at all? Let's look at you.
I'm
It-
fine. It's been a long day.
Hey, now, easy, soldier. Let's take a look at you. Come on now.
Just trying to help.
As the you guys roll into the docks, the kind of dock area, dock district, as it were. You kind of hear the sound of industry grind away in the distance, and the smell of salt whips about the cold, stormy night air. The car rolls to a stop, and next to a warehouse.
See if we were followed.
Yeah.
Rory
kinda
was
checking.
checking the mirror the entire time.
Okay.
No,
You
I
can
think
roll a
we're
spot
alright.
hidden.
I think we're all right. Yeah, can I roll a spot?
Yeah,
hidden
let's
as well,
roll a
just
spot
for the
hidden,
trip?
just to kind of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like spot him. I'm kind of good at that.
Oh, I meant Rory, but everybody can
Oh,
do it, I guess.
Fair.
That's all right. We're all looking out.
Yeah,
We all did fucking great.
yeah,
Except
awesome.
for Morgan, who's not doing too well.
He's
Very
he was
tired right
he
now,
was
okay?
he was very tired.
He's tired.
Yeah, you didn't see anything following you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna also
Let's
once we
him
get there.
inside
Yeah.
before he wakes up.
I'll help lug him inside with Billy. We'll each be on like under each shoulder, like dragging him. Fucking feet on the ground. One arm, like one of my arms is underneath one of his arms, and he's like dragging between me and Billy.
Okay. As you kind of, well, Billy was checking over Morgan, so we'll take over that first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As we kind of roll to the stop and outside the warehouse, Billy hops out of the back and up to Morgan, checks him out, and being Morgan, and I assume, actually no, I don't want to play for him. Yeah. Here. He rounds the corner and talks to Morgan.
Come on, let's see how we are. There's bullets flying left and right here. Can't have you slowing us down if you're hurt. Come on.
It's nothing, friend. I don't even feel it. Let's get inside. I just need to close my eyes. It's been a long day.
That doesn't sound like anything good now. Come on.
As you
with the wrong kind of injury, then a little nap can turn into something a little bit more serious. It'll just come on.
As you kind of get him out of the seat and the rain kind of pours down on you, you see that the seat is kind of glistening already. As you
oh shit! Look, is this yours, Morgan? Come on, man.
As he
you losing blood?
As he kind of rubs it, you see the red on your head.
Perhaps perhaps I should close my eyes for it.
No. Hey.
Whoa.
Stay with me now. Stay with me. You got it. Come on. Let's get you inside. Let's put some pressure. Where'd they tag you, buddy?
You can go ahead and, just to kind of help with the role play, go ahead and roll a first aid.
While this is happening, can I just be dragging the guy inside the warehouse and tying him to a chair and shit?
Yeah, I just wanted to give that a moment.
I totally. I just mean that's that.
George's just like looking over the blood in the car, all the windows
you're
shot up. I'm so sorry.
So
they're gonna kill me.
About your car, Georgia. But
Georgia, I got a guy for that.
I have the best. And she'll just walk in, just like, oh god.
I got a 23 on my medicine. Or on my
Damn.
Damn. Nice. You check him out and you see that he caught a bullet just on his arm. It's a through and through. It caught the flesh mostly, but it was pretty close to an artery. And he needs a stitch up, but you get a good amount of pressure on there.
You lucky son of a bitch. Oh, they just barely nicked your artery. Just keep some pressure on it, all right? I think you'll be all right. We got to get you stitched up.
There is quite a bit of blood, but as long as with that roll and with that tourniquet kind of you got on it. Tourniquet? It wouldn't be a tourniquet.
Pressure.
With that pressure.
Pressure, yeah.
It would it'll get him
stop bleeding,
to proper it'll get him to the proper medical treatment without. It'll take him. We went from like hour bleed out time to like 8-hour bleed out time. That's time. You can take a nap.
I just need to rest. Put me inside so I can lie down. I'll be fine. And if someone can find me a drink.
Damn. Rory, you got that? Got the little swiggy?
Yeah. I'll just throw over the flask.
The swill. As you kind of go over to the garage door and kind of unlock it, open it up, you did notice, kind of looking on the side, that there's nobody here right now. The car is parked outside.
Is there like an emergency line, some sort of phone in this warehouse that I would know?
Payphone down the road is what they use usually if you want to make one of those calls. There is a line in there if you need, though. It's a union line, though.
Yeah. I'll go to the payphone on the corner once we're in a good place for that. I won't do that yet, though.
Okay. As you kind of open up the door and while they're kind of getting set up inside, sitting down, doing that first aid, you drag the guy through the rain into the garage door. The ladies follow, and the garage doors. You pull down the garage door, closing yourself inside.
William, how is he? Is everything all right?
Bleeding pretty good. He got a bleeder, huh? That's pretty good. It got you, but missed anything important. So you just keep
How
pressure on it.
close?
You
Is
got
there like a
plenty of
table or a
time.
flat surface I could lie down on?
Oh yeah, it's a mob hangout. There's like a couch in the
Just
back room.
put me on the couch, wrap my arm, and give me a drink. I'll be fine.
You got you, buddy. You been shot
And it-
before?
Once or twice. I don't like guns. They're so unreliable. It's not the worst thing that's happened to me. Once, there was an animal, huge teeth, came across at me. It was so large, I had to fight it to death with my bare hands. A story for another time, friend. Let me just lay my head down 5 minutes.
All right.
I'll agree with you, though. There are worse things than getting shot. Consider yourself lucky.
As we look over at the burning husk of a man we just captured.
He's just a little
I don't-
singed.
We shouldn't stay here for long, Rory, whatever it is.
No,
Whatever
certainly
information you
not.
think you're going to get out of him, we need to get it quickly and we need to leave.
He kind of stirs a little.
I have somewhere we can go.
Good. Give me 2 minutes. You start asking the questions. I'll be back in a second. And here, I'll hand her we're in the back of the car when I took him out of the trunk. I'm assuming there's like some sort of car, like a crowbar or like a tire crank
Yeah,
or
a tire
something
iron.
like that. That I'll hand to her as if I'm like, here, you take the reins of the torture.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think I am?
Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back.
He like drops
There's-
it in your hand.
Seriously.
Listen, perhaps maybe I don't know. So I got my shotgun in case we kind of need it. Livy, you think you guys want to like do a little good cop, bad cop thing here? I'll just kind of
Yes.
stand back behind
I'm-
here, be all intimidating, and you guys just kind of do your thing.
There's one thing I can absolutely say for 100%. I am not good with. Yeah, I'm sure you've all noticed. I'm not good with people exactly.
Well, you're okay. Well, maybe Livy, you take point on it.
I've got this. Let
Isn't
me
my
handle
expertise.
Sleeping Beauty over here.
So while they're all babbling about how to handle this guy, like, I lay down on the couch and immediately I'm like looking around for a drink and then I just pass out.
We're gonna move. That's fine. Yeah, you go into the back room. You find a comfortable chair, and you kind of sit down. As you kind of, the adrenaline kind of comes down, and you feel the tingles in your fingertips. You just feel a little woozy, but you kind of rest your eyes for a little bit while you're back here.
Also want to like my bug out bag. I'm like clutch.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah,
what-
it's the it's the muscle memory from when you were on trade ships, stuff like that. Just sleeping with the.
and I'll
with the
I'll
waves.
mumble. If you can't find a drink, I'll take a coffee. Black.
All right, and as you we roll back into the main area, the man he seems to have used to have more hair. It's currently this smell of burnt hair is kind of emanating off of it currently, and he definitely got a little bit of a first degree on his forehead and a little bit of his down the side of his face. He kind of comes to fuck. So he kind of blinks blurrily, looking at his would-be interrogators.
I'm just giving him the crazy eye. I'm looking real weird.
George is just letting Billy and Livy be like in the foreground. She's just kind of Eclipse back a bit.
Livy is leaned in very uncomfortably, like she doesn't know personal space at this point, and she's just like, "Welcome back. We have a few questions for you.
What's this?
Let's
This is gonna be great.
let's start with who the hell are you? And if you feel the need to lie, we'll know. And my friend over there, he won't like that.
Yep.
So, how about we just make this easier on all of us, and you just, give us everything you know.
I know that whatever answers I give you will be useless to you. Begins to
I'm
chuckle,
sorry.
kind of.
Billy, did that sound like an answer to you?
I think it did now, Livy. I think you may give him a little chuck with the butt of the shotgun. Just a little tap. I think you should maybe listen a little bit better now, friend. Maybe you didn't hear just. Why don't you try again there, Livy?
Okay, yeah, all right. Tell us who you are. Who are you working for?
You are so out of your depths.
That's not
You
what
have
the woman asked.
no idea what's coming. And as he says coming, you
Why were you chasing us?
What do you want?
He, as you say that, sorry, as Georgia says that, he just kind of locks focus over onto him and kind of blinks, trying to, almost blinking the blur out of his eyes. He barely hears Livy ask what he wants.
Don't you go passing out now. Wake up. Now, get him. Listen. They're asking you questions. Please, just do us a favor. Let's get this over with.
Wait, Billy, something's not right. That stare.
What stare? What happened?
This place isn't warded.
He's
He sees you.
No, we need to go now.
He
You
sees
need to
you.
shut up now, and we need to leave.
What is he talking about, Georgia?
You are so. You
I'll knock
messed
him
up.
out.
Get in, David. We need to go. We need to go now. Rory!
For the record, I'm down the street on the payphone.
God.
Uh,
I'll run over. What? I don't understand. George, what's going on? Homie was just. We're safe here. There ain't no way.
No,
He's just
no,
fucking,
we're not. We're not safe here. William, in fact, we are very, very exposed right at this moment. And if we don't leave right now, or as close to right now as possible, we are going to have a bigger shitstorm on our heads than we just had.
more
We need to go
secrets.
now.
Right. I
Livy's
believe
gonna
you.
help
I am
Billy.
being as honest with you as I possibly can right now.
I believe you.
Please.
You don't have
Well,
to
that
tell me
We need to
everything.
go.
I'll
information is
go.
going on. Sorry.
Let's go get Indiwo and just say sorry to interrupt your nap. We gotta get the fuck out of here, man. George is freaking out. I believe her though. We gotta go.
He can sleep in the car. We need to go.
Oh, I'm
She'll
just gonna
run
mumble.
outside.
I told you not to trust that woman, and then like kind of stumble my way into hairy white man's arms.
I feel like with that, we'll cut over to Rory.
Yeah, just while they were doing the interrogation, I'm at that payphone.
Yeah. As you kind of
I'm,
walk over to the payphone, the rain kind of pours around you. You close yourself in the booth and pop a dime in a nickel in the slot.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of throw. Yep. I love the phone call.
Who are you calling?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this to you a little bit. I'm assuming like it's of the Giovannis, who's the first person you think I'd call?
What is the motivation of your call?
I'm looking for like to call in a favor.
It's Dom.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Dom.
Yeah.
Great.
What's up?
Hey, it's Rory.
Hey, Rory,
Look,
what's
I know
up?
it's late. I need to call in a favor, okay?
Favor.
Look, I just
What
need a little
is it?
help. Okay?
Is this a clean line?
Yeah, I'm using a payphone down by the
Okay.
warehouse at the docks.
Okay. All right. What do you need?
I got a guy busted Morgan, and they one of his speakeasies down Laurie's side or whatever.
Yeah.
I had some guys chase me. They're not normal cops. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I told you I got tied up in some weird shit. This is that weird shit, and I got a guy, okay? He's in the warehouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
You need
I'm gonna need
Satrielli?
2 cars. What?
Need Satrielli?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna need 2 cars. I'm gonna need 1 car to bring this guy to Satrielli, and I'm gonna need 1 car to get out. Because the car I brought here, fucking busted.
All right. Well, you're over on that's one on 5th, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. There's my mom's car. I parked it over there when I get drunk. It's down just a block. It's an old.
Okay.
It's a Ruster, but it runs. Just take the crankshaft out of the back. It's not locked there or anything.
Look, Dom, I appreciate this, okay? Next time you need a favor, I'm there for it.
Hey, man.
It's always
We're
like
brothers.
that, Yeah.
We do what we can.
All right.
This is a
I
small
won't fuck
thing
up your
anyway.
mom's car, and if I do, trust me, I know I'll pay.
Oh, you know. If not in bowling or another place. But anyway,
Can you let Satrielli know I'm coming?
I can, yeah. Or I can have him pick him up. He does. He does. That is part of his
If you can get
service.
that done this time of night, I would love that.
He's got the ice truck and everything. It makes it so that it doesn't smell.
You know you're fucking perfect, Dom. You know that?
Yeah. Forget about it. All right, now you let me get some fucking sleep, and don't worry about your problems. They're done.
Thank you, my guy.
We'll look into this business with the cops. What do you know anything about this shit?
No, I'm telling you. I know we know the cops this side of town. That speakeasy's good. This wasn't the cops. I'm talking
Like,
black
is it-
sedans and shit.
Is it
And
feds?
It's not the bureau. No, I don't think so. I don't know who these guys are.
'Cause-
Nothing. Look, they
'cause we
came
have
in
a
here
guy.
busting the place up like nothing I've ever seen. You know?
'cause if it
So,
was the feds, like that shouldn't happen. We we got the councilman on our side and whatnot, but
Yeah, right.
so we'll look into
So I don't
it.
know what's up.
We'll
We can talk. We can
I'll
talk
look in
to
the
him, all right?
morning. Keep
Yeah,
us posted.
All
I
right,
assume you're gonna
send
be
Satrielli down though, yeah?
Yeah. Are you going to ground?
I got a couple people with me. That's the problem. I got a couple people who have been working on this sort of. I don't know. I fucking turned myself into some sort of investigator or something. And I met these
With
people.
cops?
That's the. No. I'm talking like.
Oh, the
Look, Dom, it's another.
little book
conversation.
club you got.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Look, it's been a long day. I'm gonna let you go. I'll make the calls for you.
Yeah.
If you
To
need
put it
anything, let me
simply,
know.
you remember Jack? Do you remember Jack Barrister? You met him like one time.
Yeah, that guy was a weirdo.
Yeah,
Ex-cop,
fucking weirdo.
but I didn't-
kind of liked him.
I didn't hate him.
No, but he's fucking dead. I think. I don't honestly know. This
Shit,
sort
people
of- you
die
can
all the
consider
fucking
this
time.
search What?
Shit, people fucking all die all the time, man. This happens.
No, I totally agree with you.
I know.
but
I mean,
this
take
sort of
time to
search
grieve,
party-
but
I'm not grieving. Look, I hardly even knew the guy either. I owe him a favor. But this search party sort of started over that. Was sort of trying to figure out what happened to him.
Yeah.
Roughly, very loosely, that's our objective. So,
why are you
You
telling me all this?
well, you asked me what I was doing in the book. Never mind. I gotta go.
Fair. All right. Have a good night. Don't
Night.
let the feds bite. And he hangs the phone up.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'll
you
head back to the group.
You literally can head back to the car and come back with the car. Like it's right
I'll
around
head
the
to
corner.
car. I come back with the car outside. I'm like, I walk in with the car still running, on the street corner, and be like, "What's going on? What do we
And
get?"
they just finished freaking out and starting to pack out. They like almost meet you at the door on the way out.
What's going on?
We have got to go.
Did we get any information from this guy?
George is actively trying to get her car started, like, in that moment.
Yeah.
It didn't go very well. He seemed a couple tools short of a tool shed, if you catch my meaning.
Georgia, if we take your, as I see Georgia trying to start that car, Georgia,
Yeah.
if we take your car, every such cop this side of the, of the fucking Manhattan Bridge is gonna know that something happened tonight. Look, I got a car out front. Don't worry about it.
My car is going to be the safest thing for us right now. If I can just, please, homies, just stop. Please, just stop.
Look, I can have a guy come get Hermes, okay? We'll get Hermes fixed, but it's definitely not the safest thing for all of us right now. Number one question, are we done with this guy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
very much
we're
so.
done. We gotta.
All right.
He's
Giving
out.
us
He's out cold.
nothing.
I'm gonna take my sort of, Swiss Army knife from my side, and I'm just gonna stab it through his skull.
Temple or eye?
What?
Temple or eye?
I'm trying to just go right through the temple.
Yep.
Well,
Just you kind of just lean down to him, almost like you're about to pick him up, and just go. His eye begins
Rory,
to
dear
bleed
Jesus
a
fucking
little bit as
Christ,
it
Rory.
opens, and he twitches for a moment
Was that necessary?
What are you gonna do? Leave him alive?
as you pull it
No.
clean. He
He's
just
out
kind
cold.
Look, I'll have a guy come pick him up. We don't gotta worry about that, okay? I got a friend.
of bleeds out on the
Fuck
pavement.
out of here.
He was already crazy as hell. What?
No, trust me, what he did was right. It's the
Thank
great
you.
call.
Thank you, Georgia. All right, let's get in the car.
With that, the doors.
Oh, wait, sorry. Before we leave, can somebody just search him before we go? Just pat his pockets on the way out?
Yes. As you kind of
There you go.
pad over him and flit open. You open a. You look for any personal items or anything, and there's nothing. There's a little bit of cash. There's a box of bullets for his 32, but his 32 is probably on the street back,
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the
several
bullets,
blocks away. But yeah, box of 32 bullets, half empty, but yeah, about like 24 bullets inside.
I don't know if this is spot hidden, but any tattoos?
Not spot hidden. Looking, you kind of do the neck look. Nothing.
Okay.
Crew cut. Well, used to be before half his face kind of got burnt, but you know.
Yeah.
But yes. That being said, anybody else need to take a moment? Okay. As we kind of walk over to the. Oh, sorry. You were trying to start the car. The car does start. If you need to.
Thank the gods. All right, everybody in.
Are you taking your car?
So now
We're
we have
all
two
taking
cars?
my car.
But
But your car has a windshield that's fucking blown out the back, Georgia.
I'm pretty sure that
And bullet
windshield
holes
is
in the
still
backside.
intact and quite saved your asses. So I need you all to get in the car so that we can leave and I can explain once we're on the road. I cannot speak
Georgia,
right
look
now.
at your car. Your car's a mess. Come on, we got another one right here, right now. That's
The
gonna
car
get
is
us in
not
trouble,
safe.
man.
Did you not hear what that man said
I-
in that room?
You hear something
Yeah.
about something warded mumbo
Yeah.
jumbo? Is
Whatever the fuck
sees
that means.
you. It
He
was very
said that the building
cryptic.
is not warded and that we are being watched. Livy, did you not say that the man that you met on the bus said that you were being watched?
Yes.
Listen, I got something for that, and I take
What
off
is
my
that?
hat, and I show her in the inside of my hat. I keep a lined piece of lead that keeps the thoughts out from everyone who watches. We are
We
fine.
need to go right now. Get in
Georgia,
my car.
the cops
I will
are gonna see
explain
your
on
car.
the way. Let's go.
I'm taking the other car.
Okay. Who's following in
I
what car?
trust you, Georgia. I'll pop in the car with Georgia.
Okay.
I'm going with Rory. I just don't have faith in what George is saying.
Okay. As Morgan looks at where Livy goes. He chooses the opposite car. And you all file in. The doors slam shut. Georgia rattles off first ahead, and Rory follows behind as they head down the streets. And
Yeah, I'll follow, but I'll keep like a pretty good distance.
fair. Sorry, that felt like, I'm gonna do it, but I don't like it.
I don't like it. I mean, I'm looking at what is like a spider fucking web window with bullet holes on all the sides of that car, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
As you kind of drive away from the area, the police sirens kind of die down, and you end up heading to, it would be Western Docks? Yeah, Western Docks. More, a little closer to Red Hook. And as you kind of, I think this is a good place to put it down. So as you rattle off that way, kind of pan up and out, as incandescent light kind of creates a glow in the city streets, kind of basking it with light. And that's where we'll take a little bit of a break and come back. Yes, we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Go take a bio break. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your needs. Pet your dog. Pet your cat. We'll be back.
See you soon.
See you.
Bye. Come back.
Ta-da! Hey, what's up, everybody? We're
Yo.
return with Occult Origins, the 5th chapter, Mr. Knott. We just left the group as they recovered from a chase of a shadowy group. After interrogating a very mad man, they extrajudicially executed him and made sure that they have somebody to clean up the mess. Rory went and got an extra car. There was a little bit of a dispute who was riding where, and Georgia took off with Rory kind of tailing behind, pretending he's not part of this group. I'm not associated with that car. I'm just going to work.
Nope.
Home.
Nope.
The bar. I don't know. Somewhere. Not following that guy. So, with that, I believe it is time to return. As we roll onto the freight docks, the sound of industry grinds away in the distance again, and you approach a abandoned-looking warehouse. As you idle up to the rusted iron doors, you come to a stop. Both cars, Georgia's in front. To the side, you notice that a train track is rolling into the warehouse itself, but has been closed off. You cannot see in the building. There's only windows kind of at the top to let in what dim light comes from the incandescent bulbs and moonlight when that is a thing. So yes.
So, where are we?
Moon, I'm sorry, I may have missed this. Is this, where I'm thinking it is?
This is where you need to go.
Okay.
This is
Alright.
where you're taking everybody.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. And, is there anybody in sight at the moment?
Currently, it looks completely abandoned.
She will, hop out and tell everybody. She'll first start at her car and then go over to the other. Stay in the car until I tell you to get out. It's very important.
Then I trust you. I'll stay in the car.
You're
Don't
asking us.
think we should
Yeah.
trust this woman.
You're asking us to get in the car as well, Livy and I.
Just
We just
stay.
traveled in her car.
I would imagine this is a little awkward just because there's two cars. So this is to the people in her car,
Okay.
Well, she's telling both.
but she'll go back and then there's two scenes here though.
Okay, yeah. I'm staying in the car.
And then she'll come to the car we're in and tell us to get in that one for now?
No,
Or
to stay in the car.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Fine by me.
Mega, I assume you were in the passenger seat. You can roll over to the driver's seat as the car idles if you'd like.
I'm not really too active, to be fair. Like I'm very tired,
Fair.
so
God,
I just kind of mumble criticisms, but I don't actually do much.
Fair enough. Then fair. As you kind of sit and wait for things to happen, Georgia kind of rolls over to the door and lifts a peg and pushes the large steel doors open as it squeaks and rattles in the rain and echoes with the darkness of the warehouse. She waves you in on. Well, she pops back. She probably pops back into the car and drives forward.
Sure, for Rory to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow.
Where the hell do you think she's taking us, Rory?
I don't know. This is clearly above my pay grade, or usually is above my pay grade, so as long as I'm not in that car, I'm feeling a little bit better about our situation.
I second that sentiment.
That said, if we get found now, it's too late for both of us, so.
Comforting.
The cars roll into the dark chasm that is the warehouse. As they enter, the rain kind of turns to a dull roar on the roof. Inside the warehouse, the floor is occupied by multiple stacks of crates, barrels, and skids, stacked with sacks and various shipping goods. A train engine on the right sits on a track with 3 cars behind it. As you kind of look at one of the cars, you see the name Pullman labeled on, embroidered on one of the brims of it. It looks like you can see cobwebs have collected in its wheels and its gears as you kind of roll to a stop. On either side of the warehouse are a set of stairs that lead up to catwalks that circle the perimeter of the interior. Along this catwalks, there's a number of doors that seem to lead to offices into the side of the buildings.
It's a little strange question. I don't know if it's important, but
Sure.
is it a passenger train car or like a cargo train car?
Passenger cargo.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yep. Actually, sorry. It would be from the engine. It would be cargo, passenger. So the caboose is a passenger.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. Anybody would like to roll me a spot hidden?
Yeah.
Or do you feel comfortable?
Yeah. What is this place? This is spooky. Where are you taking us?
It's also weird that there's like a passenger train in here. I don't know. I think.
Virgia, what is this place? Where are you taking us?
Probably about the safest place I could think of for us to be.
What
Livy-
makes this dirty warehouse safer than the last dirty warehouse?
Yeah, go.
Same reason my car safer than that one. And she'll just point up at the roof of the ceiling of her car.
And on the ceiling around on the wrought iron frame, you see it etched in the metal these runes, different ones on each one, and they all line the perimeter of the car.
zombies.
So you,
Words? Is that what you were talking about before?
Mr. Morgan, chose the right car to be in. I only wish the other two would have just gotten in.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this thing is all shot to shit, Georgia. You do recognize that, right?
I do.
Yeah. Now,
I think we didn't compromise anything.
As the cars idle in the warehouse, the shadows kind of seem almost to press in on them as the moments pass. Rory
or should we
and
stay in here? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. Rory, you see the red cherry of a cigarette in the shadows in the catwalks above. Livy, you kind of, your eyes just a little bit quicker and you can see the silhouettes of multiple men, at least a dozen, around just kind of silently preparing in the shadows on the catwalk.
Libby, you see that? There's a guy up there.
Oh, it's more than just one guy, Rory. There's like a damn dozen of them lined all across up there.
If Georgia let us into a trap, I swear to fucking God.
The door...
It's too late.
Oh, sorry. The door opens in front of you, and Georgia steps out the car.
Stay in the car. And she'll turn to Rory and Livy and just... as she walks in.
Like she's walking away from the cars.
Yeah, but she's like gesturing to you to like just stay.
The headlights ahead illuminate a spot on the wall and across the pavement. And from the shadows above emerge several silhouettes. You see rifles emerge from the shadows and train upon you, small arms mixed in with them. And they train themselves upon you in the car. You hear loud from the shadows. Steady.
What the hell?
One silhouette moves down the stairs and descends it.
Georgia waits unmoving. She knows better.
He's got one hand on his shotgun just in case things go down.
Yeah. I've got one hand on Livy's handgun. But I look at Livy and I say to her, Livy, look, I don't know what's going to happen, but I've been in a few situations like these before. I find the best course of action, follow orders.
Okay.
A thin black man with pronounced cheekbones steps out into the headlights. An old army cap with 2 silver bars hides his eyes as he approaches. A rifle swings by his side. White women in shot up jalopies and their friends should be careful about wandering into strange and dark places. Yeah.
Right, they should.
He smiles, and you can see it just in the streetlights, in the headlights, I should say. And he waves up. Men upstairs ease up and disperse. Some clamber down the staircases, and most return and disappear back upstairs into the office doors. You all right? Everybody all right?
Most of us. I've got one in there with a pretty bad injury. He definitely needs to be tended to. Possible stitches, I think one of my men said.
These scabs can be trusted?
Yes. They're a little wary, still kind of figuring things out. One's a little reckless, but no, I trust them. Wouldn't have brought him here otherwise. As far as we know, no. About at least 3 of us were keeping eyes on the road the entire time.
Okay.
May have a problem.
Get the injured one out. We'll we have Go ahead and let him come out. Hey, he kind of gestures out. Y'all in the vehicles. You can step out. No funny business, though.
Very white man, keep your shotgun close. I don't know what's going on here, but it doesn't make me feel good, and I'm not going to be so quick on the draw with my arm.
Back. Let's go.
They
Rory,
armed.
sorry.
Yeah, a few of them are.
Okay.
Can Livy still see like up? I feel like
Yeah.
she wouldn't take her eyes away, and as soon as they walked off, I think she would like lean and give Rory a status update on like the fact that they receded back into their offices, I guess.
Yeah. They kind of stepped forward out of the shadows. It was just at that first moment you kind of saw them in the dark.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you see that. Yeah, they do a kind of their kind of concessions head off to their offices, and a few of them, two to be exact, come down and take up positions. As y'all clamber out of the cars.
Does anyone still have a gun trained on us or no?
No,
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just get out of the car.
they all eased up.
Yeah.
There's a couple people lingering and kind of giving you uneasy eyes, but nobody has a gun up.
Okay. Yeah. Carefully get up.
As you kind of step out gingerly, and Billy has his shotgun around his shoulder and stuff like that and whatnot. He ushers over. Who's injured? You?
He's in the front seat of mine. Morgan. And she'll kind of come around and she'll offer him like a handout.
I don't know if I can trust this man, Georgia.
James,
I think
come
you
on
owe
over.
us an explanation. I've seen a few too many weird things from you.
This is the safest place we can be right now. Plus, we
Why
have a
is
medical
it so
team.
safe?
I feel like I just would have. Look, those people, that man that we interrogated, he's being watched. You and Livy are being watched. My car,
Watched by
she
who?
points at the runes again. These keep us from being watched
Watched by who?
by whoever you manage to piss off. I think I might have an idea on who that might be, but I'm not sure.
And who is this man who you want me to go with?
The best help you're gonna get right now. Come on. And she'll actually like hold her hand out to help him out of the vehicle.
Very white man, don't let her fox you. I'll go with this man because my arm needs aid. But keep both eyes on this one. She should be dead.
Keep my eyes open, buddy. Don't worry.
And then reluctantly, I stumble off with Billy.
Billy leads you to where he ushered you, and he leads you into a corner where a burly black man receives you with concerned eyes and a warm smile. Next to him, two cots and a medical cabinet full of supplies and an opaque glass jar atop. Hello, my name's Jim Smithson. I'm the medic. Please have a seat. Let me see to that injury. As he kind of treats you, he's careful and polite through the procedure, kind of nimbly and cleanly sewing you up, cleaning out the wounds and wrapping up his work.
You seem to know your business well, Fred. Tell me, what kind of a place is this?
Well, this is Samuel's dig. That was the guy you met. He, and a bunch of us hellfighters, been doing what we can. There's a lot of shit out there that, excuse my stuff out there that I don't know ain't right. So we're doing our best to right it. At least here in Harlem and the Hollow, and we've done a little work in Red Hook, but no. He kind of
I'm a
finishes up and
professional.
pins you.
And my senses right now are telling me something's not to be trusted. But friend, I'm very tired right now. It's been a long day and I may have lost a bit of blood. I'm going to sleep with one eye open, but I want to know more.
Absolutely. You need to rest. Now, we do have a couple cots over here that you can lay down in. Not the most comfortable thing, but you're a professional. I'm sure you've dealt with it before. He kind of snickers.
Don't rest just for a bit, but I'll be listening. Don't try anything funny, and don't come near my back.
No, absolutely. Be at the foot of your bed. Now, hold on. Sorry, almost forgot. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
He goes over to the jar and opens it up, rifles around in it for a moment, and retrieves a purple lollipop and hands it over to you, smiling warmly. Maybe for after their sleep, but I don't know.
I'm not a big man for sweets, but it's been a long day. I'll make an exception. But listen, friend, there's a lot of people out there you can't trust. That one woman, Livy, both eyes on her. And the one named Georgia. There's more to her than meets the eye. If you know stuff about her when I wake, I'll want to know more.
Honestly, I don't know many women, but I agree with you. They can't be trusted. I don't know her, though. And she points at the white woman. He points at
Very dangerous. The both of them. Very dangerous.
Aren't they all? And that's kind of
Then I sort of like scooch into the bunk. You know, I'm tired. I'm quite tired in my eyes. Yeah, but like I'll like make a show of just like one eye open, and then just sort of
drift off. But that is where you can head out if you need to. Morgan
Fade
falling
to
asleep on the
black.
cot. Yes, absolutely.
Bye.
But you have yourself a good evening, and we'll catch you later.
guys. I'll
Hey,
see you
guys.
soon. Don't trust those women.
I'll be sure to give you lots of crap.
Beautiful.
Enjoy.
I wouldn't have it any
Bye.
other way. All right. Hold on. I'm just going to give us a not a doppel, but just a viewable replacement. Did I mess that up? I messed that up. I messed that up.
Hopefully he stays a ninja so that I can keep Fickle right there.
Alright, there we go. Let's try this one more time. Excuse me one moment as I do stream stuff and OBS stuff. You know how it is.
All the stuff.
All the stuff.
All the stuffs.
That conversation that he was just having, that was in a different room from where we are, right?
Yeah.
It was like in another area, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like something else that's going on right now while that happens.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he kind of goes off, and then you kind of pick up the conversation.
Yeah,
as
I
he-
just want to make sure, because me, Brian, I'm like, what the fuck is a Hellfighter? But I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all
man.
good. So yes,
Beverage just with a hot second.
you're good.
Hot second.
As we kind of flip back to the others in the room, Samuel kind of goes on with Georgia as they kind of the group kind of conglomerates in the warehouse. Are we compromised?
Well, if what we were told in the last warehouse we were at, it's a possibility. I think that they may have found our good friend Morgan, and by proxy Livy, She'll gesture to each of them as she's referring to them. I can't seem to get a straight story out of Morgan, but when we were interrogating the other at the warehouse, he mentioned something about that they were being watched.
Fair enough.
I think it could be them. He's bad. Didn't think it would happen so quickly.
Well, you can't stay here forever.
Oh no, don't plan to. We've got to get off to Rockport, but I needed to at least bring them here.
You can stay the
I need to
night,
speak with.
but we're already going out on a limb trying to protect you and him.
I know. Trust me, Samuel, we appreciate that, and you wouldn't believe.
You want to see him?
Yeah, if he's not occupied. Otherwise, that would be great, actually.
He's always some form of occupied, isn't he?
That is true.
All right. And the scabs can be trusted.
Trust him with my life, yeah.
Cross your heart.
The whole thing.
Fair. As he kind of leads you over, you approach the train, and you notice that the interior is mostly obscured by drawn drapes. He leads you to the front car. No, sorry, it would be the back car. Stepping up and sliding open the door. You can give me a spot hidden if you'd like. If you're curious.
As we're kind of getting over to the car,
He failed? Holy shit.
to the car. Oh no,
Yes.
no choking.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. She'll turn to the three of you and just like, now, when you go in to speak with you get the honor of meeting my employer. Not quite under the circumstances I would have liked, however.
Excuse me?
Yes. This is not typical. However, you guys are a bit of a exception. And me bringing you here could be a very bad thing. So, when you go in to meet him, be honest. 100%.
You know I'm a straight shooter there, George. I won't hide a thing.
Livy just says, speak for yourself under her breath because she's still a little salty.
I know there are a lot of things that I have not been able to tell you, and I want to. I really do. But this is the first step for me to be able to actually tell you more.
Is he a cop?
No.
Then
No
I got
cops.
nothing to hide.
Right, yeah. And I assume that he opens the door.
Yeah, he's just kind of opened the door and standing at the threshold.
Was the guy out front? Like, does he stay out front? Like Samuel?
Samuel,
I
yes.
forgot to do a thing.
What do you mean stay out front?
Does he like stay out? I thought we were like going into the car, right into the train car.
He's leading you to the train car, and he opens up the train car for you.
Is he coming in with us?
He's just opening the door and just kind of making first introductions. He is going to come with you, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. If he was standing, I was gonna like shake his hand if there was an opportunity to shake his hand, but I don't know. I don't think it makes sense yet.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, there's a minute. There's a moment for that. As
They run a fucking tight ship up here. I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy.
Georgia will gesture you guys to.
This is a train, Rory. This is a train.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying. I'm looking like Georgia. I don't know what you're messed up in, but this is fucking something else. I'll tell you what. I've been around some organized shit for a while now. I've never seen anything like this.
Are you
Something
are you
else is right.
admiring this?
It's something.
Uh,
Definitely something.
As you look over, whoever passed the spot hidden, as you kind of look
Can
over,
we all roll? Oh, shit.
yeah.
Sorry.
Anybody
Yeah,
who did?
Looked like me and
Whoops.
Rory.
Did I roll?
You did.
Oh, there it goes.
There it is. Anyway, those of you who pass, on the drapes, just a light shadow against the drapes is flailing, almost like something whips and writhes in the wind.
Wait. Like
Nothing
something.
good rides.
As you,
nothing-
so just kind of to set the scene again, you have this conversation kind of as you're walking forward. You look at the drapes. Those of you past the pot hidden notice this kind of light shadow playing against the drapes. The rest of you just barely don't even take note of it.
Livy's oblivious. What are you guys looking at? What's going on? What was that? Huh?
By the time you take notice of it, it's kind of panned out of sight as you go to board the train.
George, is that normal?
Is what normal?
Shadows happen.
Is that
I
normal?
don't know what to tell you.
Is what
Well,
normal?
Okay. Okay.
As you
Just
enter
saying,
the
that was weird. It was
as you
fucking
enter the
writhing.
train car, it smells strongly of sandalwood, brandy, and tobacco. Floral carpeting, green and gold embroidered upholstery, and mahogany woodwork adorn the interior. An old man sits with his back turned to a glass-topped table. The flames dancing off 2 wax candles. I don't know why there's a phone here.
Sorry, it's my cell phone. That's the damn
yes,
thing always
damn it.
goes off.
Damn it. Going back, got 2 flames dancing off 2 wax candles. Cast a shadow of a flailing mask, flittering against the drapes. Not the grapes, the drapes. The old man's fingers fluttering in the light as he marvels at the shadows. You can roll me a spot hidden, and if anybody has an occult, you may roll that now. Those who pass the spot hiddens notice that ward sigils, similar to the one Georgia pointed out earlier, adorn the ceiling and the perimeter of the windows. For those, I will say, Livy, you got the spot hidden, right?
Mm-hmm.
You recognize that there's a black mirror with a burnt bundle of incense that sits kind of back on the corner of the table, and it's just a little bit in the shadow of the candlelight.
You all, I think I've seen something similar to that in some books I've been researching. This is no ordinary place. That is purposeful.
There we go. Thank you, Mega. As NPC names, I'm terrible. I don't want to call them the wrong thing. As the captain addresses Merriweather. Oh. Sir. The old man turns to see Georgia and the others. We have guests. You see an old man in a faded olive vest with wispy, unkempt hair gesture silently to the chairs beside him. Please. Take a seat.
I look over at Georgia.
George is
Right.
already like taking a seat.
Alright, I'll sit down.
Following suit.
This is probably she looks a little uncomfortable, mainly because of what's going on that she can't say. But this is probably the most comfortable she's looked since all this started.
As you...
Right. Oh.
Oops. We lost. Hold on 1 sec. I'm gonna go save Squinkle.
Whoa.
Haha.
I'm being a weird.
That's
What
not
the-
good.
I'm saving Squinkle right now, I think. There it is.
I'm
Stay
melting.
They got you! They got you!
Oh, damn. I had things for the chase, too. I've been making you look at Jazz the entire time.
Whoa, that train car.
As you all settle in... Actually, here. Just so that you can... Oops. Got the wrong thing on.
So good.
Just kidding. Anyway. As you all settle in, you see the left half of his face is obscured by a painted tin mask extending from his cheek over his nose and up past his brow.
Got a mask?
Like Phantom of the Opera mask.
Tin war mask.
Yeah. Oh.
Tin war damage mask, I should say. Glasses perched on his tin nose bespectacle his eyes, one real and one painted. He pulls a small Victorian-style box from the table towards him, gently setting it down before carefully unlatching it. He addresses you. I imagine you must feel like the unshackled man from the cave. He pauses as he retrieves a shade with patterns and shapes cut into it from the box, and carefully places it over the candles. As you look at the wall and the drapes, you see that a shadow is cast with a silhouette that depicts 3 men in shackles facing a cave wall where shadows play. I'd like everybody to give me a power roll.
Oh shit.
Find the power roll again?
It's up in characteristics. Yeah.
Dang it.
Roll the bottom. You'll click the bottom button. There you go. You got it.
Okay. So, just to help with the narration here, those who have failed this power roll, the silhouettes begin to move, playing out the scenes as if animating in front of your eyes. The shadow play of it is almost entrancing.
Whoa.
As the old man continues, I've seen it in your eyes. You have seen more than shadows. The shade begins to turn slowly, depicting a man coming free and moving to the exit of a cave. You have seen something. Something you cannot explain. The shadow now turns, the unshackled man making his way past more men. Shadow puppets held aloft, walking to and fro in front of a fire. Something that contradicts everything. The man steps out of the cave, raising a hand to shield himself from the blinding sun. The memory of it runs like fissures in your mind, cracking open old nightmares and peculiar memories, leaving you with a profound and terrible revelation. The man's eyes adjust, and he sees the trees, the ocean, and the sky for the first time. Everything you've known to this point is a lie, like shadows dancing on a cave wall. An elaborate and deliberate effort made over centuries to limit our potentials and shackle us in ignorance. Our first steps out of this cave can be terrifying and disorienting. But what we learn And as we adjust, find that our fears tend to shrink and our potential grows. The shade continues and the man returns to the cave, slipping past the man holding their shadow puppets and to his former prisoners. Unfortunately, no one can be forced to make those first few steps. As he attempts to free them, they kick, bite, and spit, pushing him back and into the wall and cracking his head against the cave. They must make the first steps themselves. The door behind you slides open. There's no one there to open it. He gets up wearily and hobbles away from you and through the threshold. At the threshold, he turns back, as if gesturing to follow. But the choice is yours. He opens the next car and enters.
Are we alone in this car?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I think we go forward. It all makes sense.
That guy was so fucking weird. What are you talking about?
He's not weird. It's like he knows everything about everything.
I don't know what you just watched, but I just watched a fucking shadow puppet show in a train car in the middle of a fucking weird-ass warehouse. What do you mean he knows everything?
Did you not feel like you were there? Like you were a part of that story? Like it just felt so real. That was incredible, Georgia.
Georgia's remaining silent. Like
Really?
she's responding to like Livy's excitement. She's like, yeah, but like she's staying out of it.
Billy, come on, my guy.
Listen, I don't know what I saw there, but you heard his words.
Wait, for the record, succeeding on that power roll means we weren't like entranced by the puppet show, right?
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah. Okay, good.
play live to you, but it was like it still was a story passing by. You still saw the things, it just wasn't animated and wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen,
Look, I hear what you're saying. It's
what he said that I heard the loudest, and that we've all seen something. I think I saw that the moment I met every one of you. Some weird shit is afoot, my friends. I'm ready to dive in. Let's fucking go. I stand up and walk out and follow him.
Livy's already gone.
We can't stop here, buddy.
Two people have walked out and joined in through the threshold. There is the door to the back, still, that was never closed. You can walk away.
You do have a choice. I can't make it for you.
I'm gonna walk to the door of the train car and look out and see if there are any like guns trained on me when I walk outside.
To the exit,
Yeah.
as you look back, you kind of do the you slice the pie, you check your angles and stuff, and you can't see an ambush. But as you know in this line of work, you never see it coming.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Look to Georgia. She's still sitting there on the train car. I don't think I'm supposed to be in two gangs. And then I'm gonna walk back to the door.
Sorry, there's two doors, and I did not really
Yeah,
give you a way to define
to
this.
the other train car.
Okay.
And
Continue
Georgia
on.
will get up and follow in and close the door behind her.
As she kind of closes the exit door and then follows them, and the rest of them enter the train car. You all see you all find yourself in an aisle that runs past what looks to be the 6 cabins. The first door is one to a substantially larger room, and it sits slit open. As you kind of follow the path of least resistance, you step into a large room and take note of a table in the center of the room with a set of furled and frayed maps atop it. On the wall, a corkboard with colored index cards pinned to it, and on the corner table, an occult circle of sorts is centered on the tabletop. Next to it, a pair of candles and incense burn next to another black mirror. As you enter, you see the old man who I've accidentally name dropped a couple times accidentally. Drop a needle on a record. Mr. Shack, orphan from Brooklyn, turned affiliate of the Giovanni crime syndicate. Mr. Deming, forensic surgeon from New Orleans, taking her first steps of her occult origins. His eyes scan as he addresses you, and lands on.
Sorry.
I thought it would be you.
His eyes scan Billy for a moment and rest for a moment on his hands as he addresses you. Mr. Graves, trapper from the Vermont wilderness, and a man I honestly never expected to meet in person. He kind of smiles and almost nostalgically. As you may have gathered, I am not Mr. Knott. I am Rupert Merriweather, ex-alienist and occultist.
Rupert. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
The pleasure is mine, I assure you.
Listen, Rupert. What the hell is going on here, man?
Nod my head from the back of the room.
Question is, what is going on in Rockport, is it not?
How do you know about... Oh, well...
He
what
he
is
gestures
going on in Rockport?
to... Georgia has told me much about the case. And, it seems that the destination is a town of the, well, the Commonwealth, as it were. Rockport, Massachusetts. He unfurls the map for you all. And
Wow.
I just need to do a couple little shuffling here on this thing so you can see. Doo-doo-doo.
Remember I mentioned having access to old maps?
You recall that, yeah.
It is located on the cape at the tip. Old fisher village. Nothing too out of the ordinary, honestly. At least looking at it, but as you can see, he kind of points. I have a thing that can do this. There we go. He kind of points to the railroad track. There's a railroad that heads into the town, as well as a few different ports where you can dock if you needed to take by sea. Obviously, being a man of the modern times, I'm sure you would, well, and ladies, you would like to maybe take a car. I believe Hermes is good to go, right? No, I'm just kidding. I saw the condition. We will provide you with some vehicles to make sure you're safe, or as safe as we can keep you along your journey. That being said, what do you think, gentlemen, ladies? You can tell he's like not used to saying ladies and gentlemen at a meeting like this, but he's like trying. Did we lose? Oh, I didn't set it up over here.
Goddamn phone keeps ringing. Whose phone's on?
Don't mind that. It always goes off. Don't mind that. It's don't know how to. You always get false calls. They ask me if my ice box is running. It doesn't even make sense.
I say you can count me in?
Well, I assume that when you walk through the door, Mr. Ming. I was wondering about a mode of approach. Would you like to take the train, go by road, or I can lend you a boat as well?
Oh.
Forgive me for if I'm being rude here, Mr. Merriweather, but I have yet to understand what is your interest in Rockport and our investigation. There's some strange things have happened tonight, and listen, I need to know who we're working with.
Yeah, kind of seems to like the sails kind of unfurl a little bit, and he kind of deflates a little bit. My interest is your interest, Mr. Graves. My interest is finding the merit in myth and making sure that power does not slip into unworthy, and he kind of like stifles something down from deep and just brash hands.
You talking about the Chapel of Contemplation and its members, or
Chapel of Contemplation was just a piece of the puzzle. A vast network of, well, loosely affiliated religious groups, if you will.
was chasing us here earlier tonight?
He kind of bites his lip shamefully. I believe so. They are... They are from a group called the Weatherwood Organization.
Weatherwood Organization.
They... are the leading occult organization that works for the government, or at least the American government. They have connections throughout Eastern Europe and UK, as well as contacts all the way from New York to San Francisco. It seems a little over a year ago there was a bloody coup, as it were, and although the trajectory of the organization was already on a downspin, the coup led to a change in regime, and their methods have become more brazen and heavy-handed since. Here at Rockport, I'm not sure if they are in full control or if they are just working with a smaller organization. It's hard to see, but what I can see is that there has been a recent uptick in tourism around artistry, and a bunch of amateur painters and whatnot had been flocking to the area and disappearing on a alarming rate. Our job.
They're trying for something large, are they? Do you?
I don't have enough to say, and I do not like answering questions I don't have the information for. That being said, our job here is to disseminate a plan of action on investigating Rockport in a way that can lend us the information we can use to act and counter whatever their machinations may be. So,
I reckon we should get to Rockport then in some way that's less visible. If we are indeed being watched, then I would anticipate that it might be looking for us in hubs of transportation. So if we're gonna do this, I reckon we take a boat. Way we
That
can
would-
control our entry and our exit if we need to.
and if
Or the cars would also be an option, but I agree, one of the two would be best. Don't need the, if they do get onto us, we don't need them completely cutting us off with the train.
It does seem more discreet to go by water.
that is probably the most discreet way to slip in, but you do have to realize you will be operating in the township for an unknown amount of time. The boat will offer transportation along the shoreline, but you'll have to hoof it to any other locations further away. I'm sure that they have some form of car rental or stuff, and with the tourism you can easily slip in on public transit or in a car of your own. There are a couple different inns at the place at the in the Commonwealth. Most of them located over by Straitsmouth Island. You can see over here Steward's Inn and the Straitsmouth Inn. I also heard that there is a bit of a what would you say, a hostel up near the motif where a lot of the artists decide to stay.
What's
Maybe
it
where the
called?
It is unnamed, honestly. It seems like a communal place where, for the access tour, may just be, rudimentary squatting. I'm not sure.
That's quite the distance. I don't know if I feel comfortable the moment we get there, leaving from wherever we land. I mean, won't we be watched?
I got 2 questions. 1, are you funding this whole thing for all of us?
Of course.
And 2, wherever we go, does it need to, have those weird symbols on top of it or whatever?
Exactly.
No, I believe. Well, it is. He kind of stammers, thinking for a moment. Honestly, scrying is a bit of an art, and although they have some of the best in the game, it is difficult when an individual makes a large jump in location to track them down. Plus, when you're operating so close to one of their operations, you may be able to fly under the radar, as it were.
As long as we're quiet, we should be able to. Hide right
That
under
being
their
said,
noses.
Exactly. That being said, you draw suspicion to yourself there, obviously. That raises our stakes. With every missed opportunity, it increases the time we must spend, so we must tread carefully. If you believe...
disguises, I could get a fake beard.
It would probably be better if you just shaved, Mr. Graves, but...
A beard? No. That took me about 15 years to grow out this luscious, full beauty.
It could use a trim, to be honest, but...
Oh, God. It don't need a trim, do it, Rory?
Aside from shaving Billy, are there any, books you could lend us? Maybe we could do some scribing of our own, maybe cleanse wherever we're staying. I mean, I've been reading up on this stuff, and I'd be really, really excited to know more. And
Absolutely. I believe Georgia is a bit of a talented artist, as it were.
Oh, I wouldn't. Rupert, talented?
You did all the ones in the cars, and it wasn't until recently that that ever came into light. So...
Georgia, you did?
I did my best.
Well, you could
Did
have...
it work?
I mean, you could have told me that. She's like trying not to show that she's she's starting to admire a part of Georgia. She's like, damn it, girl! But
Look,
At
books
the
are
time,
great,
I
but...
couldn't.
No, go ahead, sorry.
At the time, I couldn't, and you wanted
You'll have
ride
to
with Rory,
forgive
I could force you.
George's tight lips. That is a direct order from me, and utmost discretion must be maintained by all of us. Obviously, by entering in here, you understand that, correct? Obviously, I'm letting you in on what you need to know, of course. The full picture is to be revealed as we continue. Hopefully, if this goes smoothly enough, there'll be time to tell more. That being said, you would prefer to go by sea? Or is the awarded car better for transportation?
Is there another car we can take?
Oh, yes.
He's supplying us another car.
Okay.
Indeed.
Well, look, as I said, books are great, but what about, artillery? I'm not trying to fuck with those guys again without heavier weaponry.
Well, I got that covered. I'll pat my shotgun.
Well, all I
need
got's
more
this
than
little pea
one.
shooter from Livy, so...
We do have
Good enough
a...
for you before.
You would have
Thank you,
to...
Billy.
You would have to talk to Mr. Wright outside, but I believe he has still some of our prototype Thompsons.
Sparked my interest there. Yeah.
Have you ever shot a submachine gun, Mr. Graves?
Not particularly, to be completely honest with you. Rifles, pistols, shotguns.
You seem like a single shot, and myself.
Yeah, generally. I would like to take her down with one shot if we can.
he kind of looks at you almost. There's a weird nostalgia in his eyes every time he looks at you, and he kind of nods, but he kind of snaps himself out of it as he looks away. So that being said,
Squint at him a little bit. That's weird.
fair.
Note it for later.
Now, before we progress, let us disseminate our goals. He kind of draws attention to the cork board with a bunch of different items pinned to it. I've drawn attention and done my best to represent the evidence Georgia provided up here on the board. And he kind of... The mic does the thing, and then it's there. With that, we have multiple persons of interest, multiple clues, and a set of organizations. I believe this unknown organization, as it were, is the Weatherwood organization. But as far as that, I am a little too far away to make the connections. If you could help me with that, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Graves.
Yes, sir?
You're no stranger to this sort of work. Could you maybe get us started with what you know in your background?
Well, I think here, at least we could start with what brought us in on this whole thing is this here Chapel of Contemplation. We know at least that our friend Jack Barrister hired us to brought us all in here to take a look at this. We also know that Jack, he was assigned to be the detective on case number XK387R, in which he was investigating some disappearing children, I believe 8 missing children, which led him to the Chapel of Contemplation and its pastor, Michael Thomas.
Okay.
Connections here.
And as we know that Michael Thomas, at least, was the procurer of the Chapel of Contemplation, and we know that Walter Corbett and Mr. Thomas had
Some kind of relationship,
affiliation.
at least.
Yes.
Indeed. I assumed that maybe he was a mentor of some kind, because after the passing of Mr. Corbett, he left his will and estate to that one Michael Thomas, including that property we were sent to
Michael
investigate.
Thomas also signed the death certificate.
Ah. That's very good. As for this, we have Jack, Chapel Raid Report. Obviously, Mr. Knott is, myself, but
Hi, Mr. Now. Got you.
if, we can throw that one out. As we, look here, what is the thing that, there's something missing, correct? Mr. Graves, there was not, well, I believe there was a family ring involved? Not sure. What do you think, Georgia? Is there anything we're missing here?
Don't remember anything about the ring, but the statue is definitely... It was missing when I went back for it.
Yeah, we
It was buried down in the rubble of the chapel.
It's definitely connected to the Chapel of Contemplation, yeah. And what about that book that I gave you? What was that?
Study
found that
material
there.
as it is now.
Yeah, well, whatever that is connected to the church as well.
Yes. And as that stands, and this shadowy organization that harassed Mr. Ming, that is the Weatherwood organization. Rupert kind of motions back to Billy and he's, Mr. Graves, there was something about a family ring?
Oh yeah. Sorry, kind of got a little lost there for just a quick second. So yes, this is how this is why I'm here. A family member, long time ago, asked me for some help, and it's a bit of a long story, but like you were saying, I saw some things that kind of changed me as a person and rocked me to my core. Now, I ignored the call at that time, but of course it brought me, things kind of brought me back into it. Now, I know I'm rambling, but listen, my kin, his name, Mr. Blackwood, passed away, and he left a very important ring to this Michael Thomas, which is why I'm kind of looking for him. So I'll kind of connect this here.
Fair enough. And he kind of stops. He almost stops himself from saying something, and immediately withdraws as you begin to say something, relishing the opportunity.
Do I kind of notice it?
You notice it, but you're kind of rolling.
Yeah.
You can take a note of it.
This is two weird kind of things I've taken note of. Now, anyway, kind of give him a weird look, but continue. So, after looking into this, the we all went to the property, and what happened, and old Mr. Barrister and Mr. Jack Barrister, well, either God rest him or whatever the fuck happened to him, happened.
Mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, as you mentioned Barrister, Georgia just has this really guilty look on her face.
Listen, now anyway. Now, whatever happened to Mr. Barrister happened. Now, and after that, the trail went cold. We all took our separate ways, but I continued poking around, and one thing that I found particularly noteworthy was that unpublished story in the Boston Globe by that reporter, Harrison. He was looking into that whole affair. He was looking into Michael Thomas, he was looking into the Chapel of Contemplation, and his editor shut him down. There was a little note on it. Harrison, don't print. Last thing the Globe needs is the Knott family sung on us. And I kind of look at him, at Mr. Knott. So, my question to you is why is everyone afraid of you? Why did you buy that property in the first place? Ain't no coincidence you just picked it up.
You are a sharp man, Mr. Graves. Did you look into the Knott family at all?
I don't think I did I?
No, you didn't.
Out of character, no. Well, and that's because I would imagine they're not easy people to look up.
You never tried.
Okay. No, I didn't.
Did Livy and I try to do that?
Livy and Fickle, looked a little bit into it, and they just knew that they looked into who owned the house and the deeds, and learned that it was actually taken out of the Knott's family house about a little over a year ago, or a little under a year ago.
Admittedly, I've been following the trail mostly of Michael Thomas.
That's fair. The Knott family is well, I will not lie, I played with the identity of another more influential family to make any onlookers and checks. Make sure they look right. That was a little bit of my subterfuge, as it were, at play.
Well, maybe a little heavy-handed, don't you think, if you're leaving notes around with your name on it?
With
Well, at least your
another,
alias.
well, when you're procuring a group of individuals to do something that threatens the fabric of reality, I tend to stretch the rules of man to suit my endeavors. That being said, it seems
Anyway.
like our primary goal is Michael Thomas.
Michael fucking Thomas, indeed. So through my pokins and proddings and following the trail, I was able to track down this Harrison, or at least Harrison's office, which their secretary kind of pulled a little favor for me. Don't ask how I got it. I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I was able to figure out that indeed he went to Rockport. Which is right, of course, and I gesture to the map. Oops.
Right.
I didn't mean to make that connection. How do I undo it? Disconnect.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to connect it to Michael.
Fair enough.
Now, I figure this here Harrison, whatever he's poking into, got some people noticing, including, if they're, trying to avoid your attention, then I think maybe he might be onto something.
Okay.
Which is why I think we're heading to Rockport, yeah?
And you others agree? He addresses Livy and Rory and...
I agree. I think it's probably our best choice. We did see the symbol. I showed you the sketchings, both where we found Corbett and in the chapel itself. So I think it's safe to say that Rockport may be our main lead.
So find down this reporter in Rockport. Find out if he knows anything about Michael Thomas's whereabouts, his machinations, and make it the next step from there, it seems.
Well, there's one thing that's got me a little worried. That's, you say that artists, writers, painters, they've been drawn to this here Rockport and disappearing. Is that what you're telling me?
It seems mostly youthful people and those in...
No, I don't really know too
disparity.
much about this Harrison. Hopefully they ain't gotten sucked up into this whole situation, but
Possible.
I think that's going to be our best bet is checking out Rockport.
Fair enough.
That's where the trail leads.
You know anything about that statue? You think it's important?
This was didn't Morgan mention some kind of statue he was fucking around with?
Well, we got the statue in the basement. Just I don't know. Do you think the statue's
in the basement? Was that in the basement of the Chapel of Contemplation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rory,
We kind of got busted up in there a little
you
bit.
remember what happened at the chapel that night? You went back to the chapel?
I didn't go back to the chapel, but I'm asking, do you think that is important, that odd statue?
I absolutely believe
Well,
that statue is important just
somebody
based on
wanted
the
it.
inscriptions and its location.
That
And-
here.
I'd say there's a pretty good chance that Morgan sold that to the fucking Mayweathers or whatever.
You think you might be right, unfortunately.
Because we were talking about stealing it, and somebody said they were going to pay something like $800 or double $1,600 for this little jade statue. So
What?
Little, the thing was huge.
yeah, I mean it weighed a lot, but it's not a big statue. It's it was 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's fucking heavy, but
How do those agents fit into all this?
I believe
they-
they're
are
the
they-
same person, the same
So
entity.
these agents, they're the
Mike,
same
I'm sorry, it's
organization as the
hard to hear you.
Weatherwood.
I believe they are the same organization as the Weatherwood. They are go under the guise of G-men and harass people with high profile, high with their authority. There. Anyway, if the Weatherwood organization, and I understand that if the Weatherwood organization is working with Michael Thomas, this is a much more dangerous situation.
I think it's pretty safe to say. But
Okay. I believe we have what we need. Mr. Ming, do you have anything to add?
No, Rockport it is.
Sounds good. Now, I imagine that you are all very, very tired. I'd like you to
Day, yeah.
down the aisle are personal cabins for each of you, with bathrooms and warm beds. Please feel free to please wash up and get some rest. There's a lot of work
Not a
ahead.
moment too soon.
He says, "Do you guys really think I should shave my beard?"
No,
least a
And
trim,
she'll-
really.
She'll pat his shoulder. At least clean it up a bit.
Please do not clog the drains.
Yeah, I'm not making any promises there, Merriweather.
Olivia leans over to Billy and say, I like the scruff. You know, scruff looks
Thank
good.
you. I thought it adds character.
I'm gonna go ahead and retire. See you all in the morning.
Goodbye,
And she'll
Miss
pass.
Jules.
Georgia, wait.
And you kind of
Listen,
chase her, kind of go to follow her in the hall.
Listen, I hope you know I trust you. You got us out of whatever the fuck that was, and I won't forget it. You were right.
Thank you,
I
Ed.
didn't understand what was going on back there, but I'll be sure to listen to you. Good night.
Night. And she'll retire, closing the door.
As you kind of as you went towards Georgia, I didn't want to interrupt, but you heard Miss Merriweather. Mr. Graves, if you have a moment, you kind of leave him hanging, and then as you come back,
Yeah.
Livy and Rory, what are you up to?
do you have a phone, a safe line I could use?
Oh yes, you heard the one ringing in the back.
Perfect.
It's a clean
That's
line.
full circle in comedy. That's what we call a callback.
Yeah.
That's great.
The radio all over again.
Right.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
It's a clean line. Feel free.
All right.
And Mr. Ming.
So Livy is not sure whether she should, because no one knows about the postcard from her sister, right?
Nope.
And so she's not sure when to bring this up, if it's even appropriate to bring it up. I think she'll just keep it to herself for now. She'll just
Okay.
retire in silence, take a lot of this in, and try to process the fact that she may be starting to admire Georgia.
Oh no. Not that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. She's not a role model.
Livy,
But
you
the
good?
runes.
But yes, as oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rory, I think I'm just kind of tired, so maybe we'll chat in the morning.
You feel safe here?
Not gonna lie to you. I don't think anywhere is safe. But
That's suspicion too.
As this kind of moment happens, you see the back door open up, and the medic, the big medic, kind of carries a just completely lolled out Morgan into the cabin, into one of the cabins.
Oh.
Comes
should
back
we
out.
leave him unattended like that? I mean, I get that we're supposed to trust these people in this place, but
What, Morgan?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go sleep in the cabin. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. That guy's still in the room, right?
He kind of, as you kind of finish your conversation, he comes out, like kind of turns and nods at you.
You got that clean line?
Oh, believe that's back here. Yeah. He
Thank
kind of
you.
walks back over to you and leads
And for
you
the
over to
record,
it.
car. I'm a vote for car tomorrow. I prefer to drive.
There.
Well, I guess Livy does want to kind of return the question though. So like, to ask Rory, like, are you feeling, like, how do you feel about this whole situation? Is there?
Yeah, that can happen right
Do you-
before that.
I don't trust any of it, Livy, to tell you the truth. But, look, tonight, one group of people shot at me, and the other one welcomed me in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna side with the people who welcome me in for now.
I can understand that. I don't know. Maybe my head still feels a little fuzzy. There's a lot I have to process, and
Yeah, there are clearly a lot of secrets out there still. Look, I'm looking at you, guy, okay? I know there are a lot of secrets going around. I know we're on a need to know, or whatever. But, shit.
Hey man,
yeah.
I've seen anything. Sometimes those secrets keep you safe.
I hear you. I hear you.
Let me take you to
I'm
that
just
phone.
feeling pretty stupid right now, and I don't like feeling stupid.
None of us do, man. None of us do. As he kind of... Sweet dreams, miss.
Good night.
And he heads down the hall and leads Rory to a phone. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that scene.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think in, like, the time period we're in, if there's, like, are there answering machines? Probably not.
No.
But with the mob,
Yeah.
you always have a guy on the line to make sure they get the message.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give the guy on the line the address where I left the car. That's it. Like, no information. I'm just leaving the address. I'm trying to put as little on this line as possible. Not even the address of this place. I'm saying, like,
There's also
Big
telegrams.
oh, fuck, yeah. Is that a thing I can do?
Fuck yeah, why not?
Sure.
I'll dig
Yeah,
it.
if there's, like, a mob telegram number. I just want to leave information on where to pick up Dom's mom.
It's the Union. It's the Union warehouse.
Yeah.
And you leave that, and yeah, it's just an address. Thanks.
Yep.
And as you kind of, and then kind of go back and
And I'm gonna go just sleep in the car with Morgan.
Okay.
Whatever car Morgan's in. Make sure he's all right.
sure. Inside, as you step into the cabins, you find a small cot with fine sheets, a small writing desk with an upholstered stool, and a small personal bathroom in the back. Inside, toiletries and sleepwear are nicely folded onto the bed, and the bathroom, they got that fancy little ribbon that goes underneath the toilet seat to say that it's cold, that it's clean. In the corner of the room hangs a dream catcher near the window with a geometric symbol woven into the webbing. As Rory enters the one with Morgan, he's already slumped on top of mostly on top of the covers. It looks like the guy did his best to kind of cover him with a sheet, though. And he's just kind of just lolled out, snoring away.
All right. And there's another bed in there as well?
These are single bed cabins, so
Okay.
there's the stool, or you can go into the other room, steal the pillow, blanket, come back in here. if you want.
No, it's all right. I'll put the stool up
Stool.
against the wall.
Yeah. Words are hard today.
Yeah, real hard. And I'm gonna put my feet up on the bed that Lori's. What is happening? Words are so hard. Morgan is lying on,
Fair enough.
and
As
I'm
you-
just gonna sort of like,
Do the whole Elwood blues.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
You get
cool.
it.
Yeah, I get it. So as you kind of close the
I'll
bathroom
sit
door and kind of lean against the bathroom door, lean and with your feet up on the bed right next to Morgan, you just kind of drift off to sleep, almost effortlessly. As it would be Georgia kind of does that her own thing. Yeah. As sorry, I'm like I want to go through everybody.
Do it. Oh,
Livy, as you kind of step in and find yourself in this cabin, how do you kind of wind down and settle in for the evening?
So, Livy's always been used to just, writing letters or writing in her journal to like try to process things. So she would look for some stationery, which it seems like this cabin would have that among all the fancy things that they have. So
As you pull in that writing table, there's like a little pad of notes and notepad and pens and all that stuff in there.
yeah, so I think she would just basically try to write all of her thoughts out until she was able to make herself tired enough to go to sleep. Not that she would rest easily, because she doesn't like being in foreign places like this around a lot of people she doesn't know. So it's going to be a rough night, but she's going to try to do some semblance of her nightly routine to process the day and all the craziness.
Fair enough. And as you kind of slip into the cot, wrapping yourself in the silken sheets around you, you just almost like a warm hug. You just kind of sink into it, and almost as soon as you close your eyes, you drift effortlessly off to sleep. Georgia.
Georgia will be. She'll take a little time right before turning in, washing her face, washing her hands, putting on a patch, the eye patch, and then turning and seeing the dream catcher, just kind of just a sigh of relief, just oh thank God I won't have to go through that tonight, and then just kind of roll into the bed and just conk out.
As you do so, we will slip back over to Mr. Graves and Mr. Merriweather. As you are ushered out of the aisle, he asks you to follow him and kind of silently walks to the final train car nearest to the engine. As he slides open the door, he inquires you. Do you remember?
Maybe hesitate for. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, go ahead and hesitate. What's up?
Yeah. I was just gonna hesitate for just a moment before following him, just flavor. That's all.
Absolutely. Do you remember your first hunt, Mr. Graves?
First hunt. Yeah.
As you begin your story,
You don't forget your first hunt.
as you begin your story, you enter the first train car, and you find yourself in a meticulously clean staging room. the faint smell of cleaning ammonia hangs in the air as you scan the room. To the right, a utility sink set into a polished black countertop. Above it, glass cabinets with glass vials with clear and amber liquid inside line the wall. To the left, a small lab with microscope, glassware, and centrifuge. In the center is a steel door that seems to be a lot thicker than the others you've seen so far. The only sign of use in this room is a table next to the microscope that reads, "A study of psychomatic disease and phenomena." Merriweather moves to the sink and washes his hands, drying them off, before gesturing for you to do the same.
Yeah, I guess I'll step up. I probably have some blood on my hands after attending to Morgan, so I'll gratefully step up. Been a long fucking day, man.
Yes.
Washing my hands.
So, on your first hunt,
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a story. I'm sure you wanna hear it.
humor me.
Well, I'm kind of like, hey, it's probably not good if I smoke in here, huh? As I like take a cigarette, about to light it.
You're fine, Mr. Graves.
All right.
Everything that needs clean air is hermetically sealed.
So I'll.
Do you mind if I
light
have
the
one of those?
cigarette. Oh yeah, please.
It's been quite a
Hold
while.
them myself.
Thank you.
I'll light it for him.
Thank you. I
Take
guess
a big breath.
the point is, Mr. Graves, what did you learn on your first hunt?
Take a couple slow, long drags and exhale deeply. Says, my first hunt was maybe 5 or 6, living upstate near the border. My pappy, I reckon he didn't care for us kids too much. I think he preferred the quiet wilderness over this family life, you know. Well, he before bed one night he told me it was going to be time to learn how to provide for yourself. He told me that ain't no man is free unless he can provide for himself and his kin. You and yours, he said. Well,
Self-reliance is a common theme in the American anthology, as it were.
we don't like people stepping on our necks, you know. Goddamn bootlickers, people who follow too close to authority. You know, you end up dependent upon somebody else, and as soon as you do, that's where they got you. Well, so my dad woke me up, my pappy, early morning. It was really windy that day. You know, he started that lesson by teaching me that our scent carries upon the wind. If you're gonna approach your prey, you always make sure to be downwind, or else you'll spook them. We was going for white-tailed deer. We tracked him for a better part of a day. Finally found some fresh droppings, and my little heart was beating something fierce at the satisfaction of spotting something, finding something. So we posted up, overlooking a valley. We waited another hour, maybe 2. That was hard to tell. You know how time works with kids.
Indeed.
Well, So, we waited. And finally, this buck must have had about 12 points on him and wanders out there onto the open field. And now my daddy, he whispers, "Take the shot, son. Take the shot." I pulled up my rifle. I think it was about a 22. Reminded me to don't pull the trigger. You wanna squeeze it. Squeeze that trigger. Well, and I sat there looking at him down there, deep in my sights, and God damn it, if that buck stopped, looked right down dead at my soul, right into my heart. And I told my dad I don't think I could do it. You know, he was just so fucking beautiful. It was so peaceful, tranquil. Well, my pap, he says, "Hush now, boy, hush. You can do this. You know, look at that old buck. He's old. Look at the scars along his hide. He's lived a long life. That meat from that buck means we're gonna be eating all winter. You and your brothers and sisters. Means his fur is gonna buy your mama that dress she always wanted. His life is gonna be ours. One day, your life will be something else's. Something will die. Something will eat us, grow on us. All become part of that circle of life, you know? So,
Wise man, your father.
I don't think I completely understood back then, but, you know, it was one of those lessons that time gives you.
The Raiders.
So I, kind of squeezed the trigger just like it told him. Just like it told me. Goddamn, did that shot scare the shit out of me. Goddamn. Knocked me off. Knocked me back. Ugh. Took me a little bit to see the damn thing after I lost it, and sure as hell I hit it. Always been a good shot. Guess they call me a natural. But, I didn't kill it, not in the first shot. The whole thing, the buck fell down on the ground. Was kicking, bleating. It wasn't pretty. I started to cry. Pa grabbed me up and we walked down. Pa told me, "It's okay, son, it's okay. You did good. But now you gotta finish. You gotta finish it." He held up that buck's neck and handed me his knife and, well, said, "Put it in here and yank till it's not moving no more." Well, I did what he asked of me. I put my knife in its neck and finished it off as quick as I could. My dad, my pa, he says to me, "Now remember this, son. A man always finishes what he starts."
Well put. Well
So
put.
he knelt down and he thanked the deer for its life and its longevity. And we brought it home. Washed the blood off my hands just like I'm doing right now.
And as you kind of knock the excess water from your hands and dry your hands off, you realize that your hands have almost pruned underneath the water. You've just been kind of running them underneath there for so long. And he kind of puts out a cigarette and then pockets the butt.
Sorry, I was rambling. That was my first hunt.
No worries. It's a poignant thing, taking a life, and
yeah,
honestly,
I killed a man today. I've never done that before. Maybe killed 2 of them. Shit.
He unlocks the door in the center and slides it open to reveal a small hallway. You'll do more than that, I'm sure, before this is all over. And he steps inside, beckoning you to follow.
follow him. I don't know. It shouldn't have been so easy.
As
We were getting chased. I guess the adrenaline kind of caught me up in it, but later on that night, well, we took one of them hostage. Wasn't sure that was the right thing to do, but the rest of the group seemed keen on it. Took him to some warehouse Rory knew of. And goddamn to that boy, he ended that poor sorry son of a bitch before I could even blink. Without even thinking. Stuck a knife right down into his temple, killed him without like it was nothing.
As you enter the room, the temperature drops 10 degrees and you continue on. On the right, a series of small chamber doors, not unlike you'd find in a morgue, line the wall. To the left, a door, and then a window. And in the window, a small hospital bay with large machines in the corners that churn and pump. A bed sits in the center of the room, half hidden in darkness. He goes to the right side of the room and opens one of the chamber doors, opening and sliding out a large metal gurney with a black bag on top of it.
Very well. What is this?
You are a hunter, Mr. Graves, and you know how to hunt what you know how to hunt on. You will be stepping into a world that you're unfamiliar with, and there is things you must know how to hunt. Staying down breeze isn't good enough. He kind of reaches up and pulls open the thing in front of you and reveals, kind of puts it in between you. A rifle and a knife are effective against most creatures that you know, that we know. And he unzips the bag, revealing a scaly humanoid with a fish's head, its bulbous eyes bulging and milky. Go ahead and roll me a sanity check.
Alright. Shit.
As you fail, you lose
Woof.
just one sanity. Not too bad. But you've never seen a fish person before. This is new to you.
I'll jump back startled, like, what the fuck? What is that? Oh, dear God in heaven.
This, Mr.
It's
Graves.
like a man fucked a fish. Oh, no. Oh, good God.
Ironically, Mr. Graves, that is not far from the truth.
Ugh.
This is what we classify as a deep one. It was neutralized by some of the locals here, using a series of gunshots and lacerations to the torso and neck you can see here. Any kind of gestures around the gills where it's been cut up by what looks like hacked by what looks like a sword and just pocked with all sorts of riddled with bullets. Cause of death for this one, severe blood loss from arterial damage. He closes.
Kind of like,
he like lets you kind of look at it, and
yeah,
once you're kind of done,
a little bit.
like once you've had like a good few seconds and you're now just kind of repeating yourself, he kind of zips it closed and closes that door.
Yeah, I've like maybe said, "What the hell is that?" after he's answered my questions maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm like, ugh.
He approaches another door and opens it, pulling out another metal gurney, revealing yet another large black bag.
Oh, no, not another one. What the hell?
Unfortunately, not all creatures are so easily dealt with. He unzips the bag, revealing a mutilated corpse of a man, his skull red and stripped of skin, with sharpened teeth and hollow black eyes. Small spiral patterns are cut, scarifying the skin. Roll sanity.
That's a fail.
Again, just one more sanity loss. It is
What
dead.
the fuck? Oh, it's even worse than the first one. Merryweather, Jesus Christ, what kind of fucking sick collection you got here, man? Fuck.
These are what you are stepping into the world, and these are the creatures that live in this world, Mr. Graves. This one
Listen.
is named Mr. was originally named Mr. Gardiner. He fell for a bad spell and became possessed by an unknown entity. Luckily, Georgia and the Knights of Ouroboros you see around us handled it with proficiency. It took a counter ritual and a few pounds of flesh to put this one to rest.
Pounds of flesh, oh god. Start shaking my finger and tapping my head. I knew it. I knew there's something out there, you know. I fucking knew it. I never seen anything like this, but I knew they's out there. In those magazines I read, you know, they call him the Mothman. This is some Mothman shit. I always thought it might be a bat, though, you know.
As you ramble, he kind of cleans up the nonsense in front of you, and I try to fix the nonsense going on with your camera.
Oh god. I turned into a fish man.
Right. He's just lost it completely. He's ascended. Anyway.
Now I've reached my final form.
Right.
Dear God.
And there are threats that go beyond what we can handle. Ones that we dare not stir. But you might ask, why am I sharing this knowledge with you, not the others?
Gonna ask that question next, man.
You see, he wanders over to the hospital bed. You are the reason we were able to accomplish this.
How?
If not, he kind of turns and if not, for your first steps out of that cave of ignorance, we would have never discovered the truth. Never.
What did I show you?
You showed us the way, my friend. We would have never learned to hunt it. Never even known about the potential that was there. You could have kept the ring and it all would have just gone with you. You could have destroyed it, never told Arthur about it, but you shared with him, and he took that seriously. He looked into the mystical arts after it. He looked deeper into what you had stirred up and found that you were beyond correct. You had scratched the surface of something much greater than we could ever predict. And honestly, he kind of just gestures to behind you and flicks the light on behind him, which illuminates the hospital bay. Tubes and hoses run from machines to an old, frail man with a large white beard, lying on a steel-framed bed. The tubes run into his arms, nose, and chest, pumping artificial life into him. It's been 8 years, but he is still with us. I'm sure if he was awake, he would thank you.
No. I'll walk up closer to try to look at his face.
It's hard to tell. With all the wrinkles, you haven't seen this man in over 20 years.
Oh, what?
But you do remember he had a particular little scar on his eyebrow that hair wouldn't grow on. And the old man has a similar scar. The same spot. And that's where we'll end. Occult Origins today.